Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? How y'all doing? We missed y'all. How y'all doing, TikTok, the TikTok family? Pile on in here, please, as we have this discussion, because this is something that we cannot allow. I'm glad that I've seen a lot of people cover this. I've pretty much seen everybody cover this. This is something we can't allow. Not at all whatsoever. Okay? Now, it's interesting because when we say we are the culture, and we talk about our culture and defend our culture, we get gaslit and we get told, as Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, we get told that we have what they call main character syndrome, and that we're full of ourselves and we're self-absorbed. Okay, that's what they say when we talk about we have culture. And when you actually look at the culture in this country, we are the culture. It's not like we just have a culture in this country. We are the culture of the country. And this culture is so attractive and so contagious that this culture is echoed across the world. I saw a video earlier today with a Korean woman, and the Korean woman was confessing something that we've all known, but the Korean woman was confessing that K-pop is Black culture. And when we were saying that, people was all like, no, K-pop, it's its own thing, and you guys think everything's about you guys. And now I'm glad that the era of truth is starting to come out about how everything was really ripped off of Black culture as some type of derivative of Black culture, or as some cheap copy of Black culture, because it is. Everything in modern society, everything cool, every fashion trend, everything like that, it has, at the very least, some seasoning. It says, why is her racking back and forth? I don't know why. I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody in the comments, I don't know. But everything that people like, as far as the language, the games, the food, entertainment, all of this, comedy, all of this, sports, all of this, we are the culture, and everybody sees that. Okay, we are advanced when it comes to culture. That's why everybody follows where we go. And it's time for us to tell the truth about that. And the only people who say that are lying tethers, talking about we have no culture. And they can't even talk of a culture to come, they come from. And realistically, honestly, a lot of these people really don't have culture like that, to be honest with you. They have certain customs, but a lot of these people don't have no rich, great culture like that, and they really don't. Not really. Also, I want to ask this question, and this is an important question. I'm not going to be too long because we're going to get the room started. Not going to be too long, but I want to ask this question. When stuff like this happens, when stuff like this pops up, where are the Pan-Africanists? Now, we were having this conversation about Pan-Africanism and how Pan-Africanism is one-sided and how they don't like to do anything on behalf of Black Americans, right? That's what they say. That's what they say. My question is, when tethers like this, when he pops up, where are the Pan-Africanists? Where are the people who are like, us all, we're all African? So where are the Pan-Africanists? Where are the people who are like, us all? Okay. Where are they? Because if we was to say anything negative about Benin, where he's from, okay, if we was to say anything negative, anything unpositive, anything whatsoever, true, even if it was true, they'd be all like, you can't talk about Africa like that. You just hate where you come from. You hate your own people. You want to be different. You don't want to be Black. You don't love your Blackness. That's the gaslighting that they do. Now, when we say, these people are coming over to America and they're disrespecting us, they're coming over to America and they're getting in the way and they're causing problems. Then it becomes this excuse of, oh, well, they just don't really know what they're doing, because back in their homeland, they were manipulated and brainwashed into believing this negative stuff about you guys. So you can't really fault them for it. You can't really judge them for it. You got to understand. You just got to be patient. Now, he's been in America for 40 years. He said so himself. And if we was to say, well, look at him, they would be like, well, you got to just give him more time, give him more time, give him more time. We don't get that. We don't get that. So where are the Pan-Africanists who are going to say something about that? Because this is not the first time. We've seen this throughout years, all right? I'm sorry, I had a text. We've seen this throughout years where we get disrespected. Pan-Africanists are nowhere to be found. They are quite literally nowhere to be found. Now, if we was to say, tethers, they'd be all like, man, why y'all hating on Africa? And you gotta love Africa. Why y'all beating down on black immigrants? Why y'all always attacking black immigrants? He came out of nowhere. And what's interesting is the clip where he said that black Americans have no culture. He was talking to a Haitian woman about Haiti. He was talking about Haiti, and we came up just unwarranted. It was just an unwarranted diss. And this is something that we see a lot of foreigners do. Okay. Whether they're in the UK, whether they're in America, wherever the case is, they'll be having podcasts and then just throw shots at us for no reason. And then the second we say something, the second we respond, then it's, man, y'all gotta stop hating on them. They don't know what they doing. Y'all just gotta love them. And despite all of the disrespect, man, it's not that bad. So I'm just asking where the Pan-Africanists are. We're gonna talk about this. All right, that's my question. All right. All righty then. We got some people in here. BX will be joining us shortly, sure. So, hold on, as you guys are coming up, mute your mic. You got to mute your microphone because there's echo and background noise and all of that stuff that we don't need to hear. Zizi, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, darling. How are you?
Great. I'm great.
Beautiful. Yes. I'm glad you started with that. That I seen somebody talking about, so many people checking this, because when I seen that video, man, and shout out to Dave Anderson and the brothers on the Daily Wrap Up crew, because they did do a good job of schooling him, checking him. I do think they showed him too much damn grace, because he was clearly.
They didn't go as hard as I would have went. That's if that's
true. Honestly, I said that. Honestly, I was like, yeah, somebody like you, or even Tariq, somebody, any other brother who didn't have a bias, because I think Dave said he did. Actually, not I think. I know Dave on the podcast said that they did have some sort of rapport. They talk, and I guess the brothers was just trying to be polite because they was trying to make it like, really trying to platform Dave and him. So, yeah, I feel like they needed somebody without that bias a little bit, because he was clearly giving anti-Black American energy, like strong, anti-Blackness. And I thought that could have been checked a little further, to be honest.
Yeah, but if Dave has a personal relationship with dude, and then they were trying to be the moderators or whatever the case is, there ain't nobody really stumping like they need to, right.
So it was like, I wish they would have had at least somebody else there that could have really peeped that, because he was clearly underqualified, not even qualified at all. He was not qualified at all to be speaking on our culture, period. But yeah, like you said, I'm glad that there was so many people checking that. I have seen a lot of different people reacting to it, which is a good thing, because we do got to check this nonsense at the door. Like you said, when he had that clip that went viral, he was talking to a damn Haitian. All right. So that's why, and even honestly, they know what our culture is. Come on, she's a Haitian American. She been over, baby. You've been over here long enough to know what our culture is. So she probably got some anti-Black American vitriol too. I ain't gonna even give her that much grace, because that Negro, or that man, that tether, clearly got some vitriol towards us. So, but yeah, he was. You cannot speak on our culture and not even understand the some of the most foundational and basic facts about our history. I mean, the things that Dave was bringing up, like Tulsa and Seneca Village and the civil rights movement, and this man was literally, it got to a point where he was like, you know what, you're not going to keep trying to give me a history lesson.
Yeah, he
Because,
said that.
like, what the hell? What type of unintelligent, ignorant, coonish bullshit is that? Like, that was just insane for him to come out his mouth and say that while you're speaking on our culture, but you don't want to hear our history from our mouths?
Now,
You would say that?
what I was saying too is like, okay, now when Dave kept bringing up, oh, do you know about this? He said, I don't know, I don't know. I'm all like, okay, well, Dave keeps bringing up situations and facts and historic pieces, and you keep saying you don't know. So
Right.
what you mean you don't want no history lesson? You speaking on something with authority on a history and a culture you claim you don't know about. You didn't know about Tulsa, Oklahoma. You
Nope.
didn't know about Central Park, the Central Park. You didn't know about all of these things, but yet you don't want no history lesson.
That don't make sense. And mind you, the whole time when he was speaking, he literally was every time he spoke, he was speaking for like fucking 10 minutes. This man was speaking for my bad. This man was trying to fix my trying to nigga rig my damn tripod. It's broke, my bad. I mean, she was speaking for like 7 minutes. And it's like every time Dave would try to rebuttal, and mind you, when Dave was rebuttaling, he never rebutted for as long as he did. He never spoke for as long as he did. But even when he did have some sort of long-winded response, which was full with facts and history, it's like he was visibly irritated. He was not trying to hear that. And then he literally came out and said it, that I just don't want to hear that history because I can't prove it. I wasn't there. Like, history doesn't matter if you wasn't born during the time. That doesn't even make, like, it was just very unintelligent, very inconsiderate, his position, and he was very unmoving about it. Like, you could tell he came there and had no intention on listening, on shifting perspective, on learning. And you're talking to foundational Black American men, one who has written a book and is clearly very keen on our history, and you're not even open-minded enough to hear that. So I think that was very telling within itself. People like that should be deplatformed. Point blank, period. Like, if you don't even have the common sense, there's a thing between, we can disagree, but there's a thin line between disagreement and anti-blackness. We're not going to get into that, especially when you can't be honest about the past. These are factual, these are facts. And for you to sit up there and say, oh, well, I have to go back and Google it. You don't even have to Google it. You've been in this country for 30 years. You telling me you don't know about civil rights? Brother, you're like 65. This is insane. So, I mean, honestly, it's really no damn excuse for the things that he was saying, the positions that he was holding. But for him to double down on that and say that we don't have a culture, and even he said Jamaicans ain't got no damn culture. He was talking about egregious, outrageous, everything, and everything between. And Dave tried to give him some sort of leeway, like, oh, well, yeah, he keeps that energy for other Black people. Just because you keep anti-black energy for other groups don't make you right. Doesn't make you any less biased. Doesn't make you any less ignorant than what you are. So I was so outraged. I'm not gonna lie, I was screaming at the phone as I watched it the first time.
I'm not going. I had to pause it and stand up and walk around the room.
I was
said,
so
let
damn
me not
mad.
touch my laptop. I don't want to do that.
I was so upset watching that shit. So yeah, absolutely outrageous. That's why I had to get on it immediately. I understand if you probably watched it and got on that shit immediately too. I'm sure anybody else, any other Black American will see that, probably got on that immediately because it was just triggering. Because these people really believe this type of stuff. Like, he's just a representative of so many other tethers and disrespectful non-Black Americans that come to this country and truly believe these things without any context, without any idea about history or the plight, our political plight or plight in general in this country. And for you to have the nerve, the audacity to sit up on a Black American platform and still stand on that, unmoving, it's just, I mean, it's out of this world, absolutely out fucking outrageous. So yeah, we hit with it though. I'm glad to have this conversation. It's the greatest.
Yeah. Now, and here's the thing. This is supposed to be allegedly, actually not allegedly, you can Google it. This is a journalist, he calls himself a journalist,
Right.
who's lived in multiple countries in Africa, multiple countries in the world, lived in multiple places in America. Yeah, and he's got different awards. He's got a few awards, several awards, okay, for different things. So he's an award-winning journalist. So He's being propped up. Okay. And these are the people that they like to promote. These are the people that they like to pedestalize and give credentials to. One thing I found very interesting is that as a journalist, you have an instinct to ask a question and then to listen to the answer, especially if it's on a subject that you don't know, and then maybe ask a follow-up question. If you're in a room of somebody who knows something, no matter what the subject is, if they know it more than you, or if they know something that you don't know, then your journalistic instinct would be to shut up and listen.
Right.
That's what your journalistic instinct would be. All
And it's
right.
a respectful thing to do, honestly.
Yeah. So for him to say, "Hey, I didn't come here for a history lesson," what? That don't sound like a true journalist. That don't sound like something a journalist would say. Now you don't mind. He didn't mind giving a history lesson because he be
Right.
talking about. He was all like, "Well, you got to understand, Japan did this, and then Korea did this, and then Japan and Korea." We are not in Japan or Korea, and we don't need to be talking about no Japan or Korea. I did not like he kept diverting to that. He kept saying we, and then like you got to understand in South Africa, this is not South America, South America. This is not South Africa. It's not Japan or Korea. Our history in these places are completely different, and I did not like the comparison.
I didn't at all. And damn, what was the other thing I was just about to say? You said something that triggered my mind about him. Oh, not only is he a journalist, he was saying that he brings black men or black Americans back to Benin
Hmm.
to build schools.
Yeah, he did say that.
You don't want to learn about our history and culture, but you exploiting our people to go help your damn homeland that you fleeing from and don't want to live in. You ready to die in America?
He
Man,
did. He said that he like I want to die in America. I
he
don't want
literally
to go
said
back
that.
home.
Absolutely insane.
It was so much stuff I couldn't even cover. I did a whole 3 hour live about that. I couldn't even cover everything. I had to skip past certain parts. I was like, oh my God.
Literally, I had to skip it, and I still, yeah, my shit was loud, it was long too, and I still couldn't even. Yeah, you're right. Honestly, I could probably do another 2 hours on that. To be honest,
Yeah. All right. We can get the room started. We got a lot of people. Can y'all please hit that like button? Tap the screen. Tap the screen. BX, how you doing? How was class?
It was good. It was good. I was about to say, how dare you start and don't share the lie to me, but I realized you just started. Okay.
I did share the live to you.
I didn't see it.
I
I
shared it
just
to the
came
other
straight from
profile.
back
I
over
shared it to the
here.
other profile. That's why.
Ah, no good.
ABA.
Huh? Hey, ZZ. So, class was good. I have to go back tomorrow. Same time, 7 to, what time is it? 9. It should be shorter tomorrow, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So we talking about that peanut milk dud head looking man over there? I'ma just be honest. I think that for the most part, those who are willing to have the conversations with them, go ahead. But go in knowing they ain't gonna change. This is centuries.
Right.
It's passed down from generation to generation. I do not believe they didn't know anything about us over here. Even Malcolm X, Baynard Rustin went to Africa in the 1950s, right? What countries he went to, I believe. I don't know. Don't get me the line, but I know he went. So our activists from certain time periods have been going back and forth to Africa, strategizing with certain African artists, activists. And if these people are still holding some beliefs from us today and they supposed to be so damn smart, that's because they want to and they don't want to change. I don't have any high hopes for any relationship with anybody from the continent of Africa nor their children. They've done too much. But I'm willing to moderate the conversation in case that one rare gem joins the panel. But I done gave up Afro. I'm serious. Um, you want me to set the decorum?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you come on the panel, immediately go on mute until directed to speak. Once directed to speak, please leave with your ethnic group. So, Black American is an ethnic group. African American, although it's a misnomer, it's our ethnic group because we were reclassified to African American. We are actively trying to change that though, but we're not going to let the Africans have it. So let me tell you who is a black American slash African American. Those are us who can prove they descend from U.S. chattel slavery and find their ancestors on an 1870 census in the United States of America, not the Americas. If you cannot fit that criteria, then you are not a Black American or an African American, nor should you identify as such. So, if you have two parents from a different country or you migrated here as a child, you are your country of origin hyphenated with an American, which means Jamaican American, Haitian American, Nigerian American, so on and so forth. If you are bi ethnic, one foundational Black American parent, one, of immigrant background, we understand bi ethnic. Just say you're bi ethnic and we'll probably ask you the other ethnic group, just so that we don't misidentify you. If you are Afro Latino, when we say you aren't black, we're not talking about your race, we're talking about your ethnic group. We no longer go by race because race is unconstitutional. That's why affirmative action is gone. DEI and Fearless Fund was attacked. They can't even give their own money to businesses for startup capital, right? Edward Bloom came after them. So we lead by ethnic group, and that's what it is. Any other ethnic group out there? Yeah, I don't think we're asking pronouns. No, we're not asking pronouns. We may not even ask your race, but your ethnic group we will ask. See that orange heart by Afroleaf's name? Click the orange heart, complete the daily missions, claim your points so that it can help you as a ranking as a fan, and you can unlock some cool gifts to give to the host. Also, share the live, tap the screen, keep it cute with the TikTok friendly language. I know a lot of us have been on this app enough to know what are the trigger words. What you can say on the panel, please don't write in the chat, which would just be a 5-minute mute so that I could erase it out of the chat. So let me give you some TikTok friendly language anyway, because somebody come up, I ain't know, and been up here 3 years, the same 3 years I've been up here. So you have to say self-deletion, unaliving, schmurder, hard candy, greenery, strange fruit, so on and so forth, which you are unsure of. Please spell, we'll get it. And with that said, I look forward to the discussion. Afro.
All right. All righty then. All right. All right. So let's get to FBA Judah.
Okay. First of all, I want to give my flowers to you, Afro Elite, ZZ, and you, BX too, because
Thank you.
y'all be holding it down. Like I'll be loving it. I'll be loving it. Y'all don't hold back. Y'all keep it real, and I'm that type of person too. Sometimes I don't uh, do it right or whatever, but this I'll be needing that in my life. And this okay, well, forget all that. We passed that. I'm FBA. My mother is from Tulsa, Oklahoma. My grandmother is my last name is Ford on my mother's side. My last name is Foster on my daddy's
Hey, you
side.
don't have to. You don't have to
Hold on,
give the
hold on.
last
I'll
name.
just let me
Okay.
do it. Let me do
Okay,
it.
you're proud of your last names. I got it. Go
Oh,
ahead,
okay.
sir.
Well,
Yeah.
just let me do it. Just let me
Okay,
do
no problem.
it. Okay. Oh, well, I'm Foster on my daddy's side. They live on in the quarters right now, still to this day. My great granddaddy, the slave master, gave my great granddaddy the land, and they still live on that land right now to this day. So I'm really intimate with this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it really means something to me. Um, and there's not a lot of people that understand this kind of stuff, but y'all do. And I want to give y'all flowers first. You know what I'm saying? Cause I be on y'all lives. I be watching. Y'all be talking some real talk. You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't understand it. And as far as
Real
this
talk,
dude
brother. Real
Frank,
talk.
I think he's I think he's like something wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he said something. I watched the interview he had, and he said, "Black Americans don't have no culture." I'm like, okay, we do, but it wasn't that serious to me because I know he kind of weird or whatever. He's not from here, and he don't know that. But he said something else that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. He was like, black Americans. He didn't say black Americans, but he said black Americans. Black Americans,
Brother.
black black Americans. Okay, hold on, go ahead, bro.
I'm
I'm
laughing,
trying. I'm
Afro.
trying, brother. I'm trying. Come on. Come
I'm
on with it,
sorry, I'm
bro.
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Bro.
I'm sorry.
No, because
I'm
it's like
sorry, bro.
he ain't say black American, but yeah, he said black American. But I do that sometimes. Y'all just
He
don't
was
know.
talking about
What?
us,
Yeah. What?
and
Okay.
and he
Yeah,
said,
that.
and he said, well, we got everything for white people. And when why didn't we build something else after Tulsa? That rubbed me the wrong way. It was like, okay, so if y'all, and then he was acting like just because Tulsa got burnt down and broke and messed up, we didn't do it. It didn't happen. He kind of pissed me off with that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, pardon me if I'm saying the wrong word.
No, you're fine.
But it kind of made me feel like he was an agent or like he know that's not true, but he is being paid to say stuff like this, and it make me not take him serious
Yeah.
because I could take people serious if they say something that's true and it's. You see what I'm saying? He's like, "Oh, why y'all didn't be?" And then he got checked, and it was like, oh no, it wasn't just Tulsa. It was up the one, the underwater and Georgia, and it was a whole bunch of them. They was naming them all, and
Yep.
he didn't have nothing else to say. So it make me feel like this is somebody that's he's doing this on purpose.
I
He
agree.
he,
I believe
Yeah.
so.
you
Yeah.
see
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
We're gonna. Yeah. Yeah. Let me get some because the panel's full. So let me get to some of the other speakers.
Definitely could be aging though, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he is because he is being propped up. All
Yeah.
of these awards he's been getting, he's getting all of these awards, and he completely speaks in a very ahistoric. Like it's not like he's speaking in bad faith. He's just lying. Like
Yeah.
some of the stuff he's saying is just straight up lies and completely incorrect. And I'm surprised it took this long for somebody to really get at him about it. To be honest, so I think Lottie was next.
Yes, sir. What's going on? Beautiful people.
Yep.
Peace.
It's the craziest thing. I was watching this interview at work. Like, that was literally the last thing I saw on YouTube. And then I got on here and I saw this. I was like, wow, that's the last thing I just saw. This man is a contrarian agent because everything he said, he's supposed to be so well educated. And whenever he got debunked, oh, I don't know it. But you know the history of the small hats, you
Mm.
know all the history of
Mm-hmm.
Asia, you know all this culture. But when it come to us, and he knew the history, he was naming all the black exploitation movies. He had all this recollection, but when it come to being debunked, oh, I don't know what rights I get. Like, dude, this guy is
He didn't
here.
know what he didn't know he benefited from civil rights. He was like, "What civil rights?
What?
What is civil rights?"
It was black belt trolling. And
Yeah.
the thing is, these people now, if he's the best that they have to offer, these guys are sent here to just collect information, and be contrary. So one thing I do agree with Peanut Head about, he also said we should delineate. He also said he didn't have any culture. So he was pretty much saying all melanated people had no culture. So one thing about him, he is a consistent demon. He's a consistent demon. And he is, if he's being propped up, they believe in these words. So this is nothing but motivation. We got to get our weight room up in delineation. Let's push it. It's almost got to be to the point where we're going to have to start doing spaces invite only, because these people are only here to muddy the waters. That's only here to do is that. I didn't mention my lineage. My bad. I am FBA, from upstate New York. A lot of people say New York is the tether capital. It is, but upstate New York isn't. Upstate New York is a whole different culture. That's my mother's side of the family. Father's side of the family, Philadelphia. Trace the roots back to the Carolinas and Georgia. Still continually to trace my family back. But yeah, this guy here, if this the best they got to offer, this is easy work, family. This easy work right here. This is easy work. So I think what we need to do now, we see what the playbook that they're running is. All of us who are in the United States, whatever state we in, with like-minded people, let's start swapping information and just start organizing and getting this done. Because if this is the best they got to offer, this is easy work. This easy work right here. I'm not degreed like this guy, but I would have slaughtered him in a debate. I would have slaughtered him because he ain't got no new moves. They got the same moves, man. Just like I was on your space the other day, Afro, when the one dude was doing the same thing. And I kept trolling. I kept hollering, bullshit, bullshit. I kept trolling the dude because you was dicing him. You was dicing this man up. And we just got another example of it with this guy, who's supposed to be the best that they got to offer. This is easy work, man. Keep cooking. Let's keep delineating. And like I said, let's do it statewide. If we like-minded people, let's hit each other up in the DMs and let's go sit down somewhere and get this paperwork straight. So we can just get these mosquitoes out of here, man. And I'm gonna land there. I'm gonna drop down so other people have the opportunity to speak. Thank y'all for letting me speak.
Appreciate you.
Peace, delineation, and reparations.
Yes. All right. Due to my bias, which I do have, and I've never denied I did, we're going to skip the line. We're going to get to my brother Foundational. And then after he's done, then we're going to get to Passion.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Peace Foundation.
Peace, family. Peace. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Peace to the panel. Peace, BX. Peace to everybody. So what we're seeing right here is a testament to the immigrant mindset, right? We got to understand that the immigrant class is always either going to undermine the things that we did or try to look over the things that we did or try to play dumb. These are the people that say that they are the smartest, they're the most educated, right? They're the most this, that, and the third. But then when it comes down to our history, now all of a sudden, Helen Keller, they don't see or hear or know nothing, right? They just I didn't know about civil rights. All of a sudden, when it come down to our history, so I find it funny to me that when it come down to other people's history, the same gentleman, Frank Nano, he was talking about the Japanese and how he went to the restaurant and they told him he got felt a certain type of way because he didn't bow down. So he went and did the research and found out that he had to ask somebody else, why they looked at me a certain type of way. They said, well, we bow in our custom. He did the full research and he made sure he showed that respect and he started bowing down in the Japanese restaurant. But all of a sudden, when it comes to our history, he don't want to put in the work. He don't want to learn the research. He don't want to do the research. He don't want to do none of that. And now all of a sudden, he don't know nothing that we have going on in our history. He don't know about the civil rights. He don't know about the unalivings that happened with the massacres. Nothing. But it's not because he's not smart enough. It's two things. It's because there's the lack of respect, and that's what all of the immigrant class. It's the lack of respect for the things that we did. It's the lack of respect. This gentleman was the same gentleman that was praising the YT for their creations, right? Oh, they created the plane and they created this. He said, "Wow, I'm so amazed." You should have seen the video how the glee in his face, the amount of like, I mean, the glaze was next level. The way he was glazing the white tea people, he was
I
smiling,
seen that. Ingrid
yeah,
was very
smiling
telling.
cheek. And that was all Black American inventions, and he didn't even know that was Black American inventions that he's gleaning and giving it to the white tea. Because when it comes down to the immigrant class, they see the white tea as power. They see the white tea of God. He actually said that in the video. He
Yeah,
said they came. He said they came with their pew pews. He was like, wow. So they see him as God, right? So when they come to this country, they think everything that's created, everything that's made, was made by the white tea because they pray to the white tea. That's their God, right? And so that's that. This is the mindset with the immigrant class. They don't see themselves in that light. They don't see themselves, and this is why their country's in shambles because they don't value themselves. They don't have that same love, and this is why when we talk and we say something, we just talking a regular conversation like we talking now. What do they say? Well, you guys talk like the YT. How do we talk like the white? Oh, because we talking with power. We talking with confidence. We talking with our head in the air and our chest out in the air. So that's why you feel like we talking like the quote unquote YT, right? So with this gentleman right here, it's not that he don't know. It's the lack of respect. That's what it is. It's not that he don't know. He's playing dumb on purpose. And this is gentleman, and they lucky they didn't have none of us up there. Go me, you, ZZ, or any one of us would have been up there. We would have blew him a whole new one. That shout out to the gentleman, he did good. But if any one of us was over there, yeah, it'd have been over. We would have made him look like a child. I promise you.
yeah,
So,
we would. Yeah,
so
and that's
that,
one of the things too. I'm all like, yeah, y'all. He playing dumb, and I'm not liking the fact that y'all giving this man too much grace and mercy and all of this stuff. He's cutting y'all off. He's clearly then he's trolling because when you talk about, especially with the civil rights thing, you talk about, well, you do understand you benefit from civil rights. Well, I don't think so. Well, it's not about what you think. Like at that point in time, y'all they still was being very cordial and respectful to what he said. Man, it would have been over with. It would have been if I sit up there. It would have been over with if I was there. It would have been over with.
and that's my point. My last point is this: when we go to these people country, the first thing they tell us is what? Make sure y'all go with the locals, learn about the culture. Make sure y'all do this and make sure y'all do that. We got a whole grocery list of things that we should do to learn the culture when we go to their respective countries. But when they come here, it's like they forget about that. Nobody want to learn the culture. Nobody want to know the history, the customs, or none of that. It's like they have total disregard for us as a people. And they really believe that the reason why America's a first world country is because of YT, not understanding the reason why we have the first world things that made this a first world country is because of us. From the refrigerator, the street light, the doorknob, the GPS, and everything. I can keep going all day. We all know this already, but we can keep going all day with the 50,000 inventions that made this a first world country. But they're going to give it to the YT. One, because they refuse to give you that acknowledgement, because they're going to feel like you better than them. We already talk the way we talk. They already feel like we better than them. Imagine they start acknowledging the creations and the things that they're going to feel inferior. So they'd rather give it to the YT than to give it to us. I'll land on that. I could go all day. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
me too. I kind of want to, but I want to be fair to all of the other speakers. So I want to make sure at least everybody gets a chance to say what they got to say first before we start like really going in there. But yeah, that was all facts. That was all facts. Let's get to passion or
Yeah, yeah,
Pashan. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, I'm a Black British, but of Igbo descent. I might not understand a lot about the American dynamics because I didn't live in America. But the thing is that one thing I can tell you, number one, I'm of African descent, but I don't believe in Pan-Africanism. I will tell you why. This guy, this guy that's making all this statement is not because he does not know. He was intentionally being stupid. How can you say that Haiti has a culture, Jamaica has a culture, but for some reason, Black Americans has no culture? If you think of Jamaican culture, what do you think about?
He said
reggae,
Rastafarians have a culture, not Jamaican.
right? Yeah, yeah, reggae and all this thing is their culture. The Black Americans, obviously, they have a culture. What the fuck is anybody? I'm sorry for swearing. They have a culture, R&B, hip hop, and everything. Let me tell you, there was one day I was talking with one of my white friend because I'm British. I asked him, when you think of America, when you think of the culture of America, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? You know what he told me? Black culture. You understand? So now, I don't understand why he's just trying to make a statement. Maybe that's why he got all those awards. But he's not only doing it to black Americans, he does that to Africans too, because he's always praising all these other things. But one thing, why I tell you that I don't believe in Pan-Africanism, if you black Americans think you've gotten enough hate, nobody has gotten more hate in Africa than an Igbo man. Let me tell you, you heard the problem that was happening in Ghana. There was an Igbo guy that bought some land that wanted to invest and all those things. You understand? They went against it because we are not like them. You understand? We come, we want to invest. You understand?
Okay,
We
you're
don't feel
okay,
guilty for
okay,
ourselves.
okay, okay. You're bringing up something in geopolitics, and we don't know about that. But let me just, you made the statement that because that is a totally different subject. Where you are about to go was totally different than where we're at now. But you said Igbos are hated more than Black Americans, right? Or Igbos are hated by Africa more than Black. Is that what? Clarify what you said, please.
Yeah. Yes. Igbos are hated. Let me tell you, if you go to South Africa, you see all this hate you hearing about Nigerian. This hate started from Nigeria itself.
Now, I
Igbos
was
are hated everywhere.
I do
They
understand
hate it.
that when it comes to Africa, Nigeria is on everybody's bad list.
It's not
From
Nigeria, it's
what I know,
Igbo.
but in now,
Yeah.
if you're saying it's in particular, if you're saying it's Igbo, maybe I guess that might be true. I can't say it's not true. I don't know if it's true, but it might be true. But I will add, hold on, I gotta add this: people are not immigrating to Nigeria and then hating on y'all. See, that's the difference between what we face and what y'all face. People are coming over to America and then they're acting like this guy. And y'all don't have
Yes.
South Africans and Ethiopians and Somalians going to Nigeria and then talking about y'all culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they don't want to be bothered with y'all. They coming over here and then telling us they want to replace us. So it's no, it's not the same. We ain't
I
going.
agree with
I'm
you. I agree with you.
I'm not trying to belittle what y'all got going on in Africa or the tribalistic issues y'all got going on, but that's not the equivalent.
Okay, I agree with you. I shouldn't make that comparison, but I'm not trying to make a comparison, but I'm just trying to make you know. The thing is that let me tell you something. If you are conversant with Nigeria, you know they're destroying Igbo people mansions in Lagos. This is a country that does not provide nothing for anybody, but they're ganging up against us, destroying our properties. You
Yeah,
understand? They're
but
doing
hold on,
that.
family.
Well,
Like he said, that's like he just told you. It's nothing like people coming to this country and your neighbor. It's like people going to Igbo land. A billion people from all over the world coming to Igbo land and have the nerve to hate on you. It's different, right? That's what we talking about. We talking about people that coming from all over, fleeing their country, fleeing their war torn country, and then have the gall to have anything to say about us when they fled their country. That's a different than just regular hate. I get what you're talking about, and we're not trying to diminish it, but you trying to equate or find some kind of similarities between, and there's no comparison.
No, what I'm trying to say is that this is a reason why I understand you people. I
okay. Well,
understand you
thank you.
people
Okay.
like
Well, thank you.
myself.
Thank you,
You
because I
understand?
wanna.
I understand you people to my bones.
Well, thank you.
Believe
But
me, believe it.
all right, all right,
But don't burn the bridge. We are not all the same.
okay.
There's some of us that feel for you. That's just what I'm saying.
Appreciate that. Now, I want to move to Panda, because Panda, you said something in the comment section. Just briefly, I want you to clarify exactly what you said and what you meant.
Yeah, so I believe I saw the same interview that you saw that,
Yeah, where are you
about
from,
your
by the
son.
way? Where are you from, by the
I'm
way?
Nigerian. I'm from Nigeria.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
You got about
What
20 more
tribe?
minutes.
What tribe are you from? What
You
tribe?
got about 20 more minutes, right, Afro? You got 20, 30 more minutes before you.
Yoruba tribe.
You're from Yoruba?
Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
Uh,
So what would you say in the chat room?
yeah, so I mean, I don't agree with everything Frank says, but I think he made several valid points that I can agree with.
What are the valid
And
points you made?
I think some of the points he made is that there is not really cohesion between any group of people that has to do with the skin color, right? And also about culture, the things he said about culture specifically that resonates with me is that the most important part of culture is language, right? And the other aspect of culture that he emphasized on was worldview. So it wasn't necessarily talking about clothes, food, and things like that.
Okay,
So
so
he
culture,
was
the most important part of culture is language and worldview, right?
right, right.
Okay, so give name off what you think is like a great culture, a culture that stands out in this world.
Um, as I said, culture is not a competition. It's not something you
No,
can
no, no,
say
no. Oh,
it's
okay, well
great
give me
or
a
not great.
culture then. Hold on, give me a culture. Then. Can
A
you name a
culture.
culture? Anybody's culture?
Yeah, I mean, so if you heard the first thing I said, I didn't say that I agree totally with what Frank said.
Okay, but
I
I'm
will never
asking
say
you
that
because
black
if you're
Americans
talking
have no
about, hold
culture,
on, if you're
right?
talking about culture, I'm asking you just to name any culture in the world. Just name a culture.
Okay, there's Chinese culture.
Chinese culture. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the worldview of Chinese people?
Uh, Generally speaking, from my experience with Chinese people, they have maybe Chinese language, which is Mandarin, or
Okay.
Cantonese, which depending on what area of China they're from.
Uh-huh.
They have their religion, which is whatever religion they practice, right?
Okay.
They have their moral standards, right? They have their ethics that is passed down from generations and things like that.
Okay.
So
And
I believe
okay.
that is
Okay,
what
so they have their
determines
language.
their worldview, right?
Okay, they have their language. There are some who practice a certain religion, and then they
Right.
have certain morals and all that stuff.
And ethics
Now,
that is
now
passed
hold
down
on,
from
hold on.
generation,
If
right?
that's sir, if that I don't know why it sounds like you talking on a kitty walkie talkie. I don't know why it sounds like that. Okay,
No, sorry, I'm using my phone
I don't know
speakerphone
your
on my
phone,
phone.
your phone. But here's the thing: if
Right.
that's the definition of culture, don't everybody in the world have a culture? Doesn't everybody? If that's the standard, because I asked you to name it. If that's the standard of a culture, okay, a common language that is spoken among the group of people, if that's that, and then a way of life, which is what you just established, a way of life, then is that not our? Do we not have a culture? Does everybody not have a culture? Because
You're kind of
no, no,
strawmanning
no.
what I just said.
I asked you the question, and I want y'all to see what they do. I asked him the question
I'm
to
not
define
trying
a
to be,
culture.
see,
Be
I'm not
quiet, be
trying to
quiet, be quiet, be
antagonize
quiet. Shut
anybody.
up, stop. I asked him to define the culture, and he didn't want. He really didn't do that. It took. I had to force him and drag him to do that, and then next, I'm like, okay, well, give a culture. Tell me why this is a culture. He found a way to explain. Well, a culture is they have a language, and then they have things in common. Okay, well, if this group of people have things in common, and if what you're saying is things in common, then everybody has things in common. Everybody has a culture. And what y'all like to do is y'all like to create your own version of a culture. So who gets to fit in depends on you. That's what Frank did, and that's what you're doing. You try to create your own version of a culture. That way, well, Asians can fit in, YT can fit in, and I can find a way to make black Americans not fit in. Because based off that standard, they don't have any more of a culture than we do. Based off that very standard.
Can I ask him a few questions, Afro?
Yeah, yeah. And then after
All
that, then
right. Panda.
TP,
So,
TB.
so Panda, you think Hispanics got a good culture, right? Hispanics, based off your logic with the language. 'Cause I know that's the main thing with y'all language, right? You think Hispanics got a good culture, right?
You're painting me to be
No,
antagonizing
no, no,
me.
no. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a
No,
question. I'm asking you a
I'm
question. You
just
think Hispanics got a good
talking about
culture?
my opinion about Frank
No
Zanu and
problem.
his
Listen,
movement.
answer the question. You don't have to
I'm
start backtracking
Yoruba,
now.
right?
No,
My
no, hold
ancestors
on, though. We don't need
worshipped
to hear the
Oduduwa,
diatribe.
right? My
Look,
ancestors spoke
do
Yoruba language.
Hispanics got a good
That is
culture?
an
Yes or no?
inherited culture. That never changed. If I move to America, I
So
can
he
He's
so
not
what
assimilate
he's
asking
doing.
about
So what
your
he's
American
doing
culture.
right
clothing
He is
now.
style
not asking
and all
about
that.
you.
Yeah, he's backtracking right now because he
No,
don't
but
want to
that's
answer the
what
question.
culture is to me. That's what
All right.
Frank
So
Zanu is
look,
saying.
his main thing. So you can mute. I'm gonna mute you up real quick because you said the main thing your culture is language. Well, here's the thing: a lot of Hispanics don't speak their indigenous language. The Puerto Ricans don't speak the Arawak, the Taino language, right? They speak the Hispanic or the Spanish language, right? So we going off your logic of not having a language because that's what you was really going with. You guys don't have a language, so that's not real culture. Let's be clear. But if you want to go off that logic, then nobody out here not speaking it that not don't have a culture. We going up the language. They speak Spanish, which is a European thing. They're not speaking Taino or Arawak or none of that. So we want to go off of that. Let's go off of that. Now, if we talk about you say Yoruba, you talking about culture, and you want to bring in Yoruba as an example. Can I go around the world and ask people, hey, do you know what Yoruba is? And they're gonna know and give me a whole grocery list of things that Yoruba do and their culture, custom traditions on a global scale. Can I do that? Since your culture is culture? Or can I go to Black Americans and ask them and ask the Black Americans, what do you know about Black Americans on a global scale? And they're going to give me a whole grocery list. Can I compare? Let's go. Let's really do that. Let's go on a global scale and ask people, hey, what's a Yoruba? And they're going to be like, huh? What the hell is a Yoruba? But if you ask about a Black American, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, the history, this. So don't talk about no culture. Nobody know y'all. This is why
Can
you're
I
hot under
respond to
us.
that? Can
You
I
guys are
respond to
invisible. You guys are
can I
cashless.
respond to your
Don't talk
question?
about culture when it come down to us.
No,
Y'all
Can I
have
give a
no
response
culture.
though?
I'm gonna tell you why you have no culture. Cause nobody know y'all. You
You
guys
just
are
want a
invisible,
monologue.
and you
Okay.
guys are under
There's no
our
point
umbrella, which
coming
is
off
black.
here.
That's why y'all Black Africans
Yeah,
now.
let me
This is
just
why you calling yourself Black
bring me
Africans
down. If you don't want to
because
have a
this is why you calling yourself Black Africans because you want to be under our umbrella. That's why nobody know y'all individual. Nobody know Iwe, a Yoruba, a Igbo, or none of that. Let's be clear. All right, so don't play with that culture thing because we known all around. You not. Our land.
all right. Now you see, they do a lot of wolfing in the chat room. Then when they come up, they can't really say anything. When they come up, they be all like, "Man, he knows what he talking about." Okay, well, what is culture? Well, I mean, culture is a language. Well, language is just communication, and I mean, our communication, we have unique communication. That's all language is. Language is just really communication, and we do have a language and are a unique language. Now, if you say culture is a unique language, that can't be true because there's a lot of places in the world today in 2025. There's multiple different countries and cultures that have the same language that you would recognize them as having a different culture, even though they share a language. So it doesn't have to be unique. So where is the standard? You see how they move the goalposts just so we don't fit in. That's why they do that.
And he really misquoted him because he said that what would y'all call him? Chocolate head. What would y'all call him? Peanut head. Peanut head. He said that language and a worldview are the major factors of culture. No, he said those were the only factors of culture. He didn't say even if he were to say major, that wouldn't have been as bad because that could be argued, and he wouldn't have had as much pushback as he did. But he said those were the only two factors, which those are not the only two factors. Those are two of the factors that include culture, but there are multiple other ones like art and music and food and traditions and etc. etc. So yeah, ignorance, anti-black,
Yeah,
bullshit. Tell the battle.
that's what he said. Yep. Let me see. Let's get to TB.
Yep. Hello everyone here. Peace upon everyone. Uh, so first of all, I want to nail two things. Like,
Where you
uh,
from? Where you from?
I'm from Sudan, Northeast Africa.
Okay.
All right. So first of all, I'm gonna define what's culture mean. Culture is a things that bring a group of people together and share it, like language and food and music, whatever. So if we took these parts, like let's say language, if we move to Black Americans, like they got slang, but this slang can be considered as a language because if you talk, if you hear somebody talk in black slang, you can say definitely this person is black. Like these things can nail uh, everywhere as a black person. If I haven't seen this person and he just speaking, I can say this person is a black American. So we can say they got their own language, even if it's slang. The other thing is the food. Like black Americans got a lot of list of dishes that they create. And if you go anywhere in the world and you can like find these dishes in a restaurant and everywhere. So this is the second thing. So they got food and got language. The third thing is the music or the songs. Every culture got that. The Black American got a hip hop and also R&B and jazz music, all this type of music. So basic on these three things, you can name everybody in the world or every group in the world that got a culture. So everybody come out here and say Black American ain't got a culture. He speak out of his mind, right? The second things I want to nail it out. Where these Black Americans came from? They came from, like, basically they came from Africa, right? They came from groups that got powerful culture. They came out here with them culture, but what happened is when they get colonized and everything, they been like fought to not share this culture or to not practice them culture, because culture is bring people together, and that what the white person don't need white the black to share the culture when they came here. So they been fought to not practice them culture, but they find a way to develop this culture to what we know today, like hip hop and jazz and R&B, all that.
Yep.
So,
Thank you.
so basically, they have a culture and develop it to new
All right.
things that we know today. So, that what I want to say, like,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate you, family, but I ain't no damn African. But go ahead, though.
Yeah, we let me get to my brother delineation. He's been waiting for a minute, so
And I want to say thank you for holding this conversation. Salute to young sister Zizi for bringing this up to
Peace.
brother's attention. Salute to you on that. I saw you had something talking about this. You were cooking on YouTube as well on this topic. So salute to y'all on that for making me a little aware about this clown and who he is. This is not the first time these Africans have been using their platforms in an educational manner in academia to downplay our achievements, right? To disrespect us as a people and in the community. And we have to be very aware of this, that these are, from my perspective, these are behaviors of negationism and also revisionism. And I don't think the younger generation, is not that keen on these two words, but these are things that W.E.B. Du Bois have talked about, and some of our black intellectuals have talked about, where they try to downplay our achievements, try to erase our history, and stuff of that nature. So because they think that they share the same phenotypes as us, that they're able to distort and change our history to fit whatever narrative that is suitable to the dominant society or white supremacy. So we're going to have to really break down what is culture, right? So I took some notes. It's a pattern in beliefs we do have patterns and beliefs, right? We do have a shared value system and values and behaviors. We do have a practice that is defined by the group and also by society. These are things that has shaped and molded us from who we are ever since the days of U.S. chattel slavery and the transatlantic slave trade and more. So I don't understand why they say these other things. We could also talk about a shared understanding. We have a shared understanding where these other groups of people don't understand and they don't want to understand, right? We're the only group that fights and understands the system of white tea supremacy. These guys want to get along with all that, right? They want to play games with all that. So it's also we have the what's his name? My man TBA also talked about we have a learned thing called resistance. We resist against white tea supremacy. That is a part of our culture. So to say that we don't have these things is very disrespectful. It's very dangerous, and this man is perpetuating white tea supremacy talking points, and he honestly needs to be called out. And I'll even go one step further. If he's on the United States soil, he needs to be deported. Like he really honestly needs to be deported for this type of stuff because this guy is fanning the seeds of hatred and targeting our community. And these things are, I would say, these are acts of war. When you're, or WAR, I meant WAR. My bad on that. Because you can't just say these things and not have any pushback. And they have been doing this in academia. I've been reading all types of papers when I was in grad school, written by these guys in that manner. So it starts in the classroom. This is why it's very important. If we have any black folks that are going to college and stuff that see these things, please check these people. If you see them in colleges and doing these things, you have to do that. Because if you don't, it's going to manifest into the real time where you have a situation like this guy who is saying these type of things. And this guy's a Pan-Africanist. So my thing is, where's that Smalls guy at?
Well, he said he's
Where's
not a Pan Africanist. That's
no,
what he
no, no, no,
claimed.
no, no, no. But that's what it says on Google AI. They said that he is a certified stomp down Pan Africanist.
Oh wow.
I did my research on that. So where's Smalls at? Where's Dr. Boyce at? Where are all these quote unquote people that are against delineation and who's against all these things? Where are they at to call these type of individuals who are adversarial to our community? And this is the reason why people have a problem with Pan-Africanists that are in our lineage, who do not stand on behalf of our community. But when we call them out, now they want to say it's foul. And that's the problem that I have in regards with this. Just from a academic standpoint,
And
it's just crazy
can
to
I
me.
harp on that real quick? This is what I've been saying for some years now. I said, you can believe what you want to believe. I respect people who have different beliefs than I do. I can respect that. If you want to believe our race is African and we're all African and that's where we really belong, if that's your core belief, even though I disagree with that, but if that's your belief, okay, all right. My thing is that I can respect a belief if that is actually a principle that you stand on. Okay, even if I disagree, but it's not a principle that they stand on because they would stand on it on both sides. If it's a thing where we all need to get along and we all need to work together, if you're preaching that to black Americans, then you should have the same energy when you're preaching that to Africans. If you don't like when black Americans say something about Africans, then you shouldn't like when Africans say something about black Americans. I can respect them even if I disagreed. But the thing is that not only do I disagree, I can't even respect that because you're showing it's not a real principle you're really willing to stand on. You're showing that you have a double standard. You're showing that you're really claiming that this is a universal pan-African principle of family and unity, but you're one-sided and hypocritical and biased. And you turned a blind eye to the flaws of Africa, to the flaws of the disrespect of from African people, But then the second we give any pushback, you're on the front line and you're defending it. I can respect that. I can respect that.
Can I
And then
chime
act
in?
like you don't know what we saying. When we say they're tethers, you be all like, well, I mean, maybe some of them sometimes act like we're doing too much when we push back.
I'm gonna close off with this. Dr. Nellie Fuller says that white tea supremacy takes on both sides of this conversation. I look at this as a form of melanin supremacy or a supremacy type of thing going on here. And what I mean is, these are the people who engaged in slave trade. They're still engaging in forms of slavery still to this day. Modern day slavery and all this nonsense, right? So when I look at this, they're trying to take no different from the white tea man. They're doing the exact same thing from the melanated side. And we have to really look at it as a behavior that they want to exercise in that system in that manner. So this is how they're taking both sides of the conversation, like Dr. Nellie Fuller is saying, but with their skin, by using their skin as a weapon. So we have to be very careful with these type of individuals that are coming amongst us with the intentions of destroying our community and destroying our accomplishments. And the biggest lie, no different from the system that we're in, is say that the Negroes that we got, they never did anything. They never built America. They were just sitting on their hands and knees asking for us to be free. That's the myth that they want to push about our people. And some of us is not really we're not going to take that at all, and nor should we, because these are what they do in Africa. They allow to get other people to beat them with that bamboo stick. They allow other people to abuse their children. We don't do that over here in the United States. Salute to you, and thank you for holding this conversation. Good job for being on the horn, Sister Zizi. Keep doing your thing, and what up, BX?
Thank you.
Yep. All right, there we go. There we go. Corey.
How you doing, Afro? How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right. To the prompt, I didn't hear the whole. I just tapped in. I just saw the prompt seeing that guy said Black Americans don't have no culture. What I don't understand is they think culture is us walking around in grass skirts and dancing around fires. The Black American culture, homie, is like an evolving culture. Now I don't know how long we've been on this land, but I can't imagine that it just started 60 years ago. I think our evolving culture is in our blood. So like they keep talking about culture like we supposed to be primitive. Like we supposed to be just standing around, just dancing around in grass skirts and stuff. I don't get that. Like we've been here for however long we've been here, and it's people. The white tea people came over here and they planted their flags on this land for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It was people over here that was doing things that made them want to plant their flags here, and to where it confused and I think the jealousy of every other black people, white tea people. I mean, black melanated people is because we are the face of a lot of things that's going on in this world. And just because we're not walking around in grass skirts and whatever, don't mean we don't have culture. I think people always accumulate culture to, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but to some primitive things.
Even I think, man, what you're saying is they say that culture is something that is ancient customs and ancient traditions and things of the sort. And listen, we're not hating on that. We're not hating on that. If you have ancient cultures and ancient traditions and things like that, and you still want to practice that and appreciate that, knock yourself out. Nobody's hating. We're not jealous or mad. But you can't say that culture is you doing today what your ancestors used to do 600 years ago. You can't, that's not the standard of what makes a culture. The language that your ancestors spoke 600 years ago, you still have to speak today. Today, the food, the clothes. No, things change. We have changed. And we're not going to have this. And this is what the issue is with culture, is because when we enter into the conversation, people want to customize the standard of what makes a culture so we don't fit in. No, and notice they don't make the same argument with the Caribbeans.
because they said
Even though the Caribbeans, they were on the slave ships and they went to the Caribbean and all of that stuff. So technically, it's not like they are practicing their ancient customs and things of the sort. Their lineage is just as old as our lineage on their land. So why is the argument of not having a culture not given to them?
because they
I
still
don't get
dancing
it.
around. No disrespect, because they still dancing around in grass skirts. You know what I'm saying? Feathers in their head. They still dancing around primitive. They want black people, the white tea people, and it's sad to see the Africans collaborating with this. They want black people to be primitive. These people walking around, these people around this world with drones now, and they still want to talk. They still want us talking about tribes. Homie, the black American culture is beyond tribes. We are constantly evolving. The things we did last year, we don't do this year. We constantly evolve. You know what I'm saying? But they wanna keep for whatever reason, the people on this land, they want to keep us in a primitive nature. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep us primitive. And I don't mean to say primitive. That's the only way, that's the only word I can use. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep us over here in grass skirts, making fires with rocks and all this. You know what I'm saying? While they walking around with drones, they are trying, and the Africans and the Caribbeans are helping them with that. The Black American people are like the face of Black excellence, and these people are and the melanated people is mad at that. But you shouldn't be mad at that. Why would you want to be stuck in the Stone Age? We are constantly evolving. They want black people to stay in this caveman like state and they walk around evolving while we still stuck around over here dancing around fires. And these foreigners is like complicit in allowing that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been fighting the black Americans, homie, and we are the only people that is the people around the world that's giving relevancy to melanated face people.
Mm-hmm.
Why would y'all want to take us back to the Stone Age and have the white tea people be advancing? It's confusing to me. I mean, I got it's hatred and jealousy, whatever, whatever, whatever.
I'm gonna let you land your plane because there's a few other people
All right, I'm
wanting to
about to get
speak.
off. I'll get off right there. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I just don't understand the pushback with us and how we are. That's all. Thank you, man, for having me up, man.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Yeah, it's frustrating. I get it. I do. I understand. I
And
get
to
it.
your point, he did discredit the Caribbean because, like I said, he said Jamaicans ain't got no damn culture. Then he doubled back and said Rastafarians do. And then he said Haitians have a culture because they created one. But then he said their language don't really count because it's useless because it's not a national language or it's not an international language. So he had a lot of double speak going on. He was just very confused. He was
Yeah,
using weaponizing confidence, just anything to validate the anti-blackness.
yeah. And this is what I'm saying. They shift the definition of a culture because we had that Nigerian up here, right? And I said, okay, well, what's a culture? The second you say, okay, this is the standard of a culture. And the thing is that if you say the definition or a standard of a culture, it has to be universal. That means it has to apply equally to everybody. And they can't say that Asians, Hispanics, all of these other people have a culture with a certain standard, but we don't meet that standard. So what they do is they move the goalposts to fit their argument. Okay, well they do have a culture, but it's not an international language, so they don't. Okay, well they do have a culture, but not really. But they do, but not really. They change it. Let's get to King of the Ghetto.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, where you from?
Yes.
I'm from Africa,
Where at in Africa?
South Sudan.
Okay.
A lot of Sudanese people coming up. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you for inviting me up. I just like the topic. It's good. It's good to discuss issues that are affecting us. I've been in the state for 30 years. I do respect African Americans, our brothers and sisters. You guys went through a lot in history. The argument of culture, I know you guys came here a long time ago, and we still keep our culture in Africa because we have tradition and culture norms. And this one who define us through our ancestors. Okay, so I do respect your ancestors came long time through slavery. I have that respect. You guys came to America a long time ago. Doesn't mean you have to practice a culture that we're doing. Okay, but the respect have to be there. You guys are our brothers. We are Africans by blood. Respect have to be there. I disagree with those who challenging African American got no culture. They don't know how much you guys went through. You guys went through a lot. Some of you right now is finding their way where they came from, their ancestors. And then we don't have to disrespect that, Situation happen. Even our coming, like me, especially like me, I have to speak for myself. My coming here not because to come and get a job. Africa is rich. Africa is a continent that have a lot of tribes. And all this tribalism in Africa was created by someone else.
Yep.
So that people can fight each other so that we can come over here,
Well, for the sake of time,
Okay.
I'm gonna let you land because I want to respond to something you said. So I'm gonna let you land.
Yeah. And I would say one more time, I ain't no damn
All right.
African. But go ahead.
All right. That's fine. I will learn very quick here because I know some of the word maybe you guys don't want to hear. That's fine. So, the tribalism in Africa was created by someone else so that people can fight each other, so that they can steal all the resources in Africa. And Africa is not primitive, Africa is smart people. They went to school. Just the issue, someone is creating problems, and then they're stealing all the resources. But due to my respect to my African American here, I have kids here with African American, 5 kids. I love them; they are part of me.
Well, damn.
So I will learn my case here. You guys are our brothers. We're brothers
All
and
right.
sisters.
Well,
Thank you so much.
okay. Well, to respond to what you said, in the term African American, that term we are retiring that term. So now we go by foundational Black American. All right. So that's what we go by, or Black American, because when you say African American, that gives the impression and that pushes the narrative that all of us were from Africa and we're all an extension of Africa, and it takes away from our ethnogenesis and our unique claim here, right? So that's one thing. All right. And I'm not gonna be too long, but there's a couple of other things I will say also as well too. The conversation of Africa, somebody creates the tribalism in Africa. We got to take accountability for the fact that tribalism in Africa is the reason why Africa is like that. And nobody put it there. It's been there. The Europeans and the Western powers didn't put it there. It was there before. And what the
Let me respond to
West,
you.
what the
Let me,
West has, what the
let me
West has,
respond to you. Let me respond.
no, what the West
Hold
has
on, hold
done
on, man.
is they have capitalized off of that. All right. So, gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm glad
No,
you. I'm
let
glad
me
you
respond
checked
to
that,
you.
brother, because they like to
If,
do that. Play the it's their West, but they be one. They do their tribal wars, and then what the white tea people do, they sit back and watch them fight each other, and then whoever wins, they go and take from the whoever wins. That don't blame the West or the white tea. Is y'all, sir. Go ahead though.
Well, but we got a lot of other people want to speak, so we gotta move on. We got a full panel. We got people in the queue, so thank you. Let me ask you this question before we go. Why did you name yourself King of the Ghetto? What does that mean?
Yeah, I was definitely looking at that.
Anyway, just pass the mic because you don't
No,
have time.
no. I asked
You
a
don't want
no,
me.
no,
You
no,
don't. You
no.
don't.
Now,
You don't
now
want me
you
to
now you
speak.
don't want to speak no more. Now you don't want to
Listen.
speak.
You
You
don't want me
said
to
you wanted
speak.
to speak. You said you wanted to speak. I'm gonna let you speak. Why did you
All
Now,
name
right.
yourself that?
now
All
he
right.
want to
All right.
pass the
All
now he
right.
want to pass the mic.
Let me answer you. You know, we in Africa we believe in kings and queen.
Okay.
All right. When I say king of the ghetto, it's just like a ghetto. You know, I'm just there. You know, I'm just chilling in my ghetto. You know. You
In
know.
your ghetto.
Yeah. In Africa, you will go by your tribes
So okay.
and
So is Africa a ghetto? Is that what you're saying?
I don't call y'all tribes fucking ghettos, please. Even the
is,
slums
is,
don't
Is
call
Africa?
ghetto.
Because you
listen,
just said, hold on. You just corrected Corey in the chat
listen.
room, and then here on the mic by saying Africa is
No,
not primitive. That's what
somebody's
you just.
muting
Oh,
me. Somebody's
stop.
muting me.
Hold on. Because I'm saying you just said that Africa wasn't primitive, and now I said, why did you name yourself King of the Ghetto? Whose ghetto? What ghetto are
Okay,
you referring to?
let me ask you. There's no ghetto here in America. There's no ghetto
Are
here.
you the king of the ghetto?
Ah,
Are you the
No,
king
I'm
of the
asking
ghetto in
Shit,
you.
America?
sir.
There's
Are
no
you the
ghetto here.
are
What the
you the
hell?
king of the ghetto in America, my
In my
brother?
village, I have a village. Listen to
You
me. I
have
have a village.
That's not called the ghetto.
so your village is ghetto, is what you're saying?
It's not ghetto like the way you think.
Well, you said you're the king of the ghetto. So you see how now all of this brother talk and we all brothers and I respect you brothers and brother. Why are you the king of the ghetto, brother?
No, you don't get my point.
I don't.
Doesn't mean if I say king of the ghetto, Africa's a ghetto. Don't take that word.
What?
That get Africa's
You
not a
okay,
ghetto.
so now you're saying that Africa is the ghetto.
Africa is not a ghetto. This is just a nickname.
A
Okay, you can put a
nickname for
nickname.
what? A nickname for what?
Oh my God, have you been in Africa?
I,
see that's why I
All you
don't
can
trust
say
them. They
king of the
talk with two
slums. How
tongues.
about that?
okay, all of that
Who was that?
brother talk.
It's just a nickname. Okay.
That's why I don't trust them. Afro, they talk with two tongues. Oh, that my brother, and he constantly say African American, and he know what he doing when he say
He
African
know what he
American.
doing.
And this is why he had the king of the ghetto. He's a troll, and he came up here to troll, and that's why I don't trust none of them.
That,
And then he got caught lying.
I know, first off, I called him up because I thought he was going to do that, and I let him talk. And all of that, brother. You see, I didn't cut him off. You see, I didn't cut him off. That brother
Somebody's
talk.
muting me.
And then
Somebody's
next thing
muting me,
you'll
bro.
know, all of the king of the ghetto, you can't stand on why you would name yourself that.
Somebody's muting
You
me.
know what that means. You know what that means, and you know what you're doing.
No, Africa's not a ghetto. Just go check it out. Africa's not a ghetto. It's just a name. Don't just
Yeah.
take the name
All
and
right,
then
I'm gonna get the name King of the Hut. All right, that's gonna be my nickname. It's gonna be
Yeah,
King of the Hut, and I'm gonna be like it's just a name. Don't worry about it.
yeah,
well, I appreciate, man. Thank you so much. Somebody's muting me, but it's okay.
All right, get ahead and flee.
yeah.
Get up out of
Go
here.
back to the ghetto where you're the king of.
Yeah, I'm the King of the
No, he
Hut.
said he been here for 30 years. Remember, people in our ghetto. He don't know a damn thing about it.
That's gonna be my username, King of the Hut tomorrow. You see me come up, that's me. That's me. All right.
He's a little.
All right, let's get to I don't know how you pronounce them. The Blake, the Black,
Hey, my name is Dabalke.
the
Thank
Balkan.
you. I know it's a little bit difficult. I do understand. It's not like a Brown or a James. But it's all right.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Starting
no
off.
offense. I'm just, hey, chill out, brother. Chill out. Okay.
Where are
Thank you
you
for letting
from?
me
Where are
in.
you from?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm from Ethiopian, but I live in America. I'm grateful in terms of, I'm grateful how you guys look. I don't go to the, I'm just telling you what I feel it. I'm very respectful. I'm not a kind of ignorance. I don't talk nonsense, my brother. So what I'm trying to tell you is, we're lucky to be here. I'm from Ethiopia, and lucky in terms of I have respect for African American and I have respect for whole American. Okay, basically, I do understand what you guys gone through. No doubt it. I'm not. I like to read and educate myself. You understand? So basically, what I'm trying to tell you is, if we get tired in America, or if we get tired in terms of work-wise, any financial issue, we can go back home where we came from. I don't understand it. But he guys, he can be able to do how we gonna do it. You know what I mean? And what I'm trying to explain to you is one thing is an Ethiopian, we're not better than anybody. But we fought Africa. When you talk about culture earlier, I heard him. I think there was a Nigerian brother. It was not nice to say that. He doesn't need to say that. You understand? Without no African American, if they don't pave the street, we would never came to this country. So sometimes we African, to my
Let
Africa,
me ask
but
you a question real
yes,
quick.
sir. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, okay,
Did
okay,
you hear
okay.
me in the conversation talk to the other dude about the term African American?
No, no, I didn't get it. I didn't hear it. I
You
didn't
heard
hear it.
because you brought up the same conversation that you were just talking about
No,
with the
in the
same
last,
gentleman.
wait, bro, wait. He's talking. Don't interrupt him, please.
No, I ain't interrupt nobody. We good. I'm the moderator.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. So no, I came in the last conversation before he left the audience. So basically, I'm from Ethiopian. Ethiopians, when you talk about culture, with full respect, we are in Ethiopian. We're in Africa, the one who never be colonized by the white man. You understand? We sacrifice so much to have our
Okay,
culture.
everything. Right.
All
I'm
right.
Google something right now.
Wait, can I talk?
My bad, yeah. My mic was on. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. We never colonized by the Western society. Basically, that's why we have our alphabet, our culture, our tradition, our language. So, but it doesn't give us, I'm not trying to be ignorant, but it make us proud to have our culture and our language. So basically, we have our alphabet. We don't write an English alphabet. You understand? But it doesn't make us better than the other human being. You understand? So I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying to be
What
mindful. You understand?
can I ask you a question? What
Sure,
made
sure.
you come to America?
There was a war. There was a war. But the war is not only. My brother, he said that you found the guy he talked to me earlier. I'm not
Is,
blaming a white man. I'm
is
blaming ourselves.
the war still going on currently?
Yeah, the war was stopped for almost 30, 40 years, and we make a bad choice. We elect bad people in the power. I'm not blaming a white man. Sometimes we
Okay.
have to take responsibility. So 1 + 1 is 2. Logic. You understand?
Okay. Well, out of
Mhm.
curiosity,
Sure,
before we
sure.
move on, because we got other
Yes,
people want to speak,
yes. Go ahead.
what do you think Ethiopian people need to do to solve that?
We should respect each other and educate ourselves. Period.
Respect each other and educate to stop the war.
Yeah, we have to
So
be mindful.
it's a civil war.
Yes, we have to be mindful to we should be mindful. We cannot blame the Western society for our failure.
Okay.
You
So
have
how are you in America helping Ethiopia?
good. Okay, that's good. Let's say, um, well, America help us a lot. Wait, I don't know why he laughing. I'm sorry to say that.
Don't worry about me. Go ahead.
I'm really
Okay, yeah,
asking
I'm okay.
because
What did America look? It's a little bit complicated. So this world is very complicated society. I do understand it, but what we have to do is like we cannot depend on the Western society. We should lift it up our back and we should to be united ourselves. There is no way somebody's gonna somebody's gonna help you 24/7. You understand?
okay, well let me
Yes.
jump in here. Let me
Sure.
jump in just for the sake of time because we're
Okay.
gonna move on to the
Yes.
next thing.
Sure.
It
Sure.
it can be, and I get it. You got your culture. You guys were not colonized and all that. And I wish. I mean, that's good. I don't wish colonization on anybody, but
Oh yes.
it does. I want you to understand it does rub people the wrong way, or people do question about
Mm-hmm.
people who have so much ethnic pride. I want you to understand where we're coming from. People
Mm-hmm.
who come to America and talk about, I'm glad I got my culture, I'm glad I got my language, I'm glad I got my customs and traditions and all of
Mm-hmm.
these things.
Mm-hmm.
People who talk about ethnic pride in
Mm-hmm.
a land that they don't live in, have not lived in for decades, and have no intention on going back to.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they come to another land and talk about ethnic pride.
Okay. Okay.
You know what
That
I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's
I do understand. That's
it's like it's a
mhm.
contradictory.
Well,
You know
why?
what I'm saying?
Why America the the beautiful about America is to embracing who you are. Am I right?
No.
Wait. No. When we get our citizenship, we should be proud. I'm proud
But
to be.
you're not. But you talked about
Yes.
being proud of being Ethiopian. You did not say being proud of being an American.
No,
You
no, no.
said you're still proud of being an Ethiopian, and I don't want to take that pride away from you. But
No,
I'm
what
saying
pride? No,
that
no. The pride.
hold
Mhm.
on,
I'm
hold on.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
I'm
sorry.
saying that I'm confused and I'm questioning and inquiring where is this Ethiopian pride when it comes to solving Ethiopian issues?
Good question. No. Pride. Look. We came to America because America gave us a safe haven, right? No
Okay.
doubt it. I'm not trying to be ignorant. No, there's no look. Without the safe haven, we will never came here. So I am grateful. Most of Ethiopians or most of Africa, I can't be able to talk about myself.
Well,
I
I'm
don't want to. Yes,
okay.
I
I
am
believe
grateful.
I'm not
Yes,
because we're going
yes,
in the wrong
yes.
way. Because
Okay,
I didn't say you weren't grateful and
okay.
appreciative. I
Yes,
believe that you are grateful and
yes,
appreciative.
From
yes.
But
afar.
my thing is that you went here and you came here and you were talking about I'm glad I still have my culture. I'm glad I still have my language. I'm glad I still have my this. And I'm like, okay, well, if you came here due to a civil war or whatever, when do you plan on going back? You said the civil war is still going on. Y'all been battling each other for 3 decades, is what you
hmm
said. So I'm like, okay, well, at this point, y'all got to do something to stop that. I
No. You
mean,
know
when
what's
is that
crazy?
going to stop? Like, what's going on? So, and then you said it's complicated, and the world is complicated. So that's the thing. It's not really adding up. The dots are not connecting.
Well,
You know what's crazy, Afro? He actually said it stopped 30 years ago. So it means he had 30 years to go back to his
no.
country. It stopped 30
Wait,
years ago,
wait,
is what
wait,
he
wait,
said.
wait, wait. But number one, you can ask me how long I live in this country. That's a different case. When
Okay,
I
I
tell you the
thought
word,
It
maybe I
doesn't
get you
matter.
confused.
hold on. I
If
understand you.
the civil war that y'all caused y'all to flee, that started 30 years ago, right?
No, stop the war. We had it for almost for 30 years. We had a peace, reconciliation in the society.
When did you come
That
to America?
yeah, we go. I live here for almost 12 years now.
So you came here after the war.
No, yeah, no. That was between the. See the when the I don't know why the other guy is laughing. What's the point I'm trying to explain to you? Wait. America belong to who? Wait. I'm trying to tell you. America embracing every foreigners in this country. Am I right? Am I
Okay.
right?
All
No, what
right.
I'm just
Nobody.
no,
So,
you
so,
no.
Okay,
I'm
you're
trying.
so you're
getting
not
very
Ethiopian no
defensive.
more.
No,
You're
I'm trying
getting
to tell you,
very
my brother.
okay.
I'm not
Hold
mad.
on.
I am not mad. I don't
You're
have. I don't
getting
understand why you
defensive.
guys.
There's no need to get
He
defensive.
crashing
I'm
No,
out.
I
He
just
am not
asking
crashing
a
out.
defensive.
question.
I am not. I'm cool,
He
bro.
crashing out. Let me mute him. Go ahead, Afro. He crashing out.
I'm asking a question. You don't need to be. He's getting defensive. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay.
Wait a minute.
No,
Wait a
he
minute.
look. You make it seem like we're gonna deport you or something like that.
Wait a minute.
Call it
Wait a
nice.
minute. No. Don't do it. Don't do
He
it.
said,
Wait a
"Hold on.
minute.
Wait a second. Wait. Don't do this. Wait. Okay. You all right, brother? We ain't gonna deport you.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
You stupid shit. Oh, weak. You
Oh
stupid.
my God.
Okay.
Oh, I'm done.
That's cool,
Oh
man. All
man.
right.
So
Hey,
you
much
listen.
respect to you, brother.
He's not Ethiopian no more. You're American. Once you did this, I pledge allegiance to the flag of United States of America. You denounce your country. You forsake your birthright, and you American. So how can you be a proud Ethiopian when you denounce your country in a new country? You American, Jack. You a proud American. Be proud of that. Embrace that. That's why you ain't flee back. That's why you ain't going back, and you're not going back. You're gonna stay right here running your mouth. Talking about you proud Ethiopian. And the
Okay,
reason
can
why
I
you
talk
wasn't, and
something?
hold on, and the
Sure.
reason why you wasn't colonized is because the Americans, us, we showed y'all how to fly. We showed y'all how to fly against the Italians. That's why they ain't kick your behind. Let's be clear. That's why
No,
you wasn't colonized.
I'm proud to be American, but you never show us how to fly. Oh, America was not. Oh no, no, don't
Oh, we
twist it,
lying
my
on history now.
my
I
brother.
love it.
Don't twist it the history. America was not. When we go to Italian to beat the Italian, America was not even
The
conquered.
black
Yeah, no, brother.
Americans
That
showed you
don't
guys how
twist
to
it. I'm
fly. You
well
can lie all you
educated.
want to. The
Trust me.
history's the
No,
history.
no. We defeat the Italian.
So
They
let
can't
me
be
ask you
able
a
to get
question. Why they
us.
got a statue of the gentleman that showed you how to fly in Ethiopia right now? Why did they give
No,
a
no,
hundred?
no, no, my
And
brother.
what? Hold
No,
on, hold on. And
I
why did
love
they give a
America.
hundred
Don't twist.
acres? And why did they give 100+ acres to Black Americans that the Jamaicans went and cosplayed and went over there and took over that like all immigrants do? When we achieve something, they jump on and take over. Why did they give us 100+ acres over there in a whole statue of the gentleman that showed you how to fly? We could lie to this all. You can lie all you want. The evidence is there in your own land. You can lie to you can lie all you want online. Let me tell you something.
Is it
Hear me,
complicated?
though.
Is that complicated too?
Thank you. No, I'm
he
good. I
said.
appreciate
He
it for
said,
you
"Well, you
letting me
gotta.
in.
It's complicated. The world is complicated."
Oh
Oh,
yeah, definitely,
damn.
bro.
Okay.
It is not. If it's not complicated, if it was not complicated, why do we bomb your Middle East, bro? The whole world is complicated, my brother.
Okay.
Come on, you know
All
that.
right. All right. I didn't say it
So you
wasn't
know,
Wait, who's
complicated. All right.
we?
Okay.
Who is we? You
my
talk
brother,
about
it's all
America? You talk
complicated.
about
We
America? You
good.
said
We
we. You said
good.
America. Who boomed Middle East?
You know that.
Oh, so you
Wasn't
American? Like I
us.
said, you're not Ethiopian. You said we
I
bomb. So
love
that
my
means
brother. I
you know
love
you
American. I'm
American.
proud to be American. I don't know why you say that. I just don't understand you where you're trying to change it, my brother. I don't
All right.
understand you. But okay, I appreciate for letting me in. I'm not grateful. I'm grateful, my brother. Okay, humble and grateful. Okay,
I
thank
bet
you.
you are.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. To let me in. I appreciate. Thank you very much.
All right.
Amazing.
He said, "I
Amazing.
want to go." He said, "I had enough.
Oh my
Let me get out of
God.
here."
We dig a deeper hole. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Get your ass up out of here. I think that's the best thing you should do. You can do it this moment.
All right. Let's see. We're gonna get to. Let me see. We're gonna get to Jasmine and then Joseph.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm so glad that he ran away because all of that stuttering Stanliness is what they always do when it comes to them coming into our spaces, trying to act like we're all the same, disrespecting us when we say over and over again that we're not African American. Call us by the name that we're telling you that we are Black Americans or American Indians, right? Um, being a fleer, right? I'm trying to be really respectful. So I just want to go to your prompt when it comes to how we are the culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
The language that always gets me when these freaking tethers ask us to speak in our original language, right? Because these people are not coming up here speaking in clicks and clacks. That's the original language of that freaking continent, Khoisan language. They are not even one solidified group of people. They migrate just like other people around the world, and they would know that because they're so intelligent with their 54 countries that they think that we don't recognize and realize exist. And there are thousands of tribes, and then you have those countries such as like South Africa saying we don't even like the Nigerians coming over here, and we definitely don't like the big-headed Somalians coming over here. They come over here and they're scammers. They think that they can come over here and play in our face, and that is the goofiest of the questions when it comes to our culture. What is your language? I want to see these people start speaking in their clicks and clacks. I don't care about your language. No one speaks your language. Our beliefs is a part of our culture, our spirituality, our morality. Just having reasoning. I saw this video the other day where they were talking about like how they were the originals, and then I saw a video after that where in Congo they spent $2 million, and even if this was $2 million in Congolese dollars, right? You guys built a bridge that probably cost like $2 million in your, currency, whatever. You guys start walking across that bridge, and the freaking bridge collapsed. I found it freaking hilarious This is not a feat in engineering. If you guys are the originals, right, you guys should know how to do basic infrastructure. So your value system is different from ours when it comes to just like making things that don't break easily. Our social institutions, education is very important to us. Um, our government, when it comes to us being left or right, we pretty much kind of click up together. We don't really look at ourselves as being left or right. When it comes to social justice movements, it's always about us, and we always go against these people that they think that we're afraid of because they're afraid of white tea people. They literally still wear powdered wigs in their courtrooms talking about we were schmaves when they are still barely being decolonized because they just got their names in the 1960s. Our technology, our foodways, right? Like our food systems. They think that their jollof rice is the same as our red beans and rice, our jambalaya, like our etouffee. Like we don't, and then also their freaking jollof rice is made with an American crop, the tomato. How is your main dish that's slightly not disgusting made with the main ingredient, which is an American crop? Our technology, our inventions is our culture. When you walk outside and you stop at a stoplight, that's because of a Black American man. When you actually use your GPS, it's because of a Black American woman that's still alive today, Dr. Gladys West. You can't even go from point A to point B without us. You
Hmm.
won't. You wouldn't even be speaking on this phone right now. It wasn't for a Black American man that made the microphone. These people are goofy. At the end of the day, like we're just about that life. Our struggles, our victories. We don't flee. We choose to go other places because it's cheaper to live. Totally different than fleeing because we're so disgusting. You guys, you know sarcasm. You don't even know our humor. You don't even get our humor. We're not over here fighting with each other because one person's tall and someone else is short. And yeah, I'm gonna land there for a second, but that's what culture is. They have no culture. They love the white tea man, and they're trying to project that love for those white tea people onto us. I land for a second.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like they brag like the other dude. They be bragging about cultures that they have no in they the second we question why he's in America, he almost had a nervous breakdown. There was no threat of us sending him back, and he was having a nervous breakdown about going back home. Yet he's talking about how proud he is to carry his culture over here. No, don't do that. No, all of y'all who brag about your quote unquote culture and your language and all of that stuff. Don't, if y'all love it so much, y'all can easily go back.
Afro,
I've
can I
never
jump
seen a
in?
person brag about a land that they don't want to go back to so much.
Can
At
I jump in
all.
real quick? This is ABD Originals.
Uh, Hold on.
Hey,
Let's get to Joseph. Joseph been waiting for a minute.
All right, I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, so this dude here, the one who say that we have no culture. Let's be honest. They know exactly. They know that we have culture. It's something that they tell themselves to make them feel better about themselves. It ain't even a question that they uh, not know that we have culture because they replicate our culture in so many ways. I think what it is that it's a jealousy envy thing that they want to be the face of blackness. Like that's how if you really listen to them, they are like, we're the original African man, we're the original, our culture, our language, blah blah blah. So it's an African supremacy type of ideology. That's why I'm starting to take it in. Like you really think that you are the mecca of Africa or blackness when you haven't put that on the map. We put that on the map. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
And it's almost as if they hate the fact that when you Google black people, it skips over a whole continent of them. It skips and comes right over to us, to the 40 million black Americans, and then talks about our history. And you get a plethora of black American history and just get overlooked of African history because they don't have a history that they like to actually educate the world on. Everybody know our history. Our history is in every museum and every literature and every scholar. Everybody knows us, but you have to really dig down in African culture. It's almost as if that's a thing that they dislike about Black Americans because we became the face of blackness, and they don't like that. I think they feel like they should be the face of blackness, and all things black should be paid homage to them. Uh, that's just my personal opinion. That's how I'm starting to take this.
Can I say this? They're not black. They were me no black all this time. I don't know why we're even sitting here entertaining the fact that they call themselves black. When we were calling ourselves black, they were like, me no black. All of these people said it. These Africans said it. These Pan Americans said it. No one wanted to be us. Now
That
all
is
of a
because
sudden
they
that
figured
they're
out the
getting
power
kicked
about
out this
black.
country, now all of a sudden me black, me black. No, I hear
Jasmine,
your accent. I see your
that's
big
just not
forehead,
true, though.
and
That's just not true.
it is
Hold
absolutely
on,
freaking
everybody
true.
can't talk at the same time, and we still got people who want to speak. So, all right.
So yeah, so he interrupted me. I'm sorry, but like I was gonna say, and I'm gonna land. No, we're not being disingenuous anymore. You're not playing in our face anymore. There's no more turning the cheek. Now it's an eye for an eye. You know black, you are absolutely not black. So stop trying to take over our ethnicity. It's disrespectful and it's not funny anymore. I
I
land.
Hold on.
I don't know why. I don't know why he keep trying to skip the line when
Yeah,
we
because
got too many people.
there's people who've been waiting for a good minute now. So
I'm
we're
just trying to
gonna
give
get to you
clarity,
if you
brother.
stay.
Nah, we
If
didn't
you
ask for the
stay,
clarity.
if you
We
stay,
get to
we're
you.
gonna get to you. Don't cut anybody off. Nobody else has been cutting nobody else off. All
Yeah,
right,
we
we're
didn't ask for
gonna
no
get to
clarity.
you, but just you gotta hold on. All right, but we ain't gonna be doing that. All right, Omega, you got it, brother.
Appreciate the gift, family.
Oh yeah, can we get the likes up? We got like over
Tap that
260
screen.
people in here. Let's get
Yeah,
the likes up.
yeah.
Come
Let's get
on.
the lights up to 75,000. We could definitely do it. We got 265 people in here. If we all tap our button to our hands hurt, we can do that in about 5 minutes. Get it up to 75,000. Appreciate y'all.
Omega, you got
All
it.
right, all right, man. Be one to the family.
Like first, brother.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. When people start disputing whether or not we have a culture, you always got to look at how they define it. I think Tariq had a pretty good definition of what it is, which is a shared, a shared lineage and shared lived experiences, so on and so forth. And when you get down to the brass tacks of it, you use that because you got to ask yourself, how do you know when you got it? You know what I'm saying? What defines it? If I can see a Black American, how would I recognize a Black American? And when you get to that and you break it down that way, every last one of these people know that we have a culture. I don't heard you debunk it like a million times. Heard ZZ debunk it, and y'all did a great job on them live yesterday. So I throw that out there. But he knows that we have a culture. That dude was just being disingenuous for the sake of protecting his neck because he was up there getting slaughtered. And if it had been somebody who's a little bit more versed in this delineation, it really would have been, it wouldn't have been close. You know what I'm saying? That whole thing, the way he was kind of trying to overtalk everybody, showing that lack of emotional intelligence, and the whole thing was just being disingenuous. And like I said, man, he was just trying to save face because he knew that at a certain point, especially when Dave went to breaking him down, it was kind of like a microcosm of what this whole delineation started as. From the first time that you seen him and Dave talking with each other, you saw like Dave was kind of holding back, kind of the way that we had been in the early 2010s. You know what I'm saying? People just saying all kind of off-brand shit, and we kind of play it to the left because we don't like to punch down. Then it got to a head, and then the second part It's like they've kind of, you know what I'm saying, sliced and diced it. And that's basically what we've been doing here. They know that we the only ones with a real culture of resistance. They know that we the only ones who really come out here and like stand in the paint against YT supremacy. So that being said, man, I'm gonna land my plane there.
Yeah, that's true. Our culture is what saves the world. That's what it is. Our culture
Facts.
has been the only thing saving the world. Let's get to retro. You got it, and then we'll get to ABD.
Hey, what's up, family? How y'all doing? Afro,
Kevin.
Auntie BX, love you. Hey, what's up, Foundation? Oh, you had me over here crying, bro. I was saying the same junk before you said it, bro. Let me tell you something. I was saying the same junk. It's just like, man, that's crazy. That joke was funny. But here's the thing. And shout out to brother Lottie, the brother that came up. I'm from Rochester, New York, so upstate New York. He's absolutely right. FBA presence is very heavy in upstate New York. The reason why that is because a lot of the tethers don't like the code. You know, Syracuse, Buffalo, Rochester, we ride the lake. We ride Lake Ontario, so we get that lake effect snow. So yeah, our presence is very heavy up in upstate. But I actually don't have a problem with anything this Frank dude. I don't have a problem with nothing he said. The whole time I was watching that, I was laughing and I was like, "Thank you," because a lot of our FBA brothers and sisters have not caught up to how these people really feel about us. Please speak your heart about how you feel about us so the rest of my people can wake up and see the type of BS y'all was on this whole time with us. Because the rest of us need to see it. Pan Africanism is a wasted ideology. These people don't even think like that. These people don't even think much of us. They think that we're beneath them. And the whole time, like a lot of my brothers and sisters, like Tariq, like Afro, it's a lot of jealousy because they sit up here and try to berate us and call us slave babies and all this other stuff. But here's the thing: the slave baby out past y'all, surpassed y'all. Y'all were free the whole time. We surpassed y'all. I remember seeing a Nigerian brother on one live and the same brother and a Somalian brother on Tariq live saying, "Oh, we're afraid of being left behind." Yeah, because the slave babies left y'all behind. That's why y'all mad. This is why brother was crashing out on his doggone on that podcast with Daily Rapper Crew because they know they really can't touch us, man. They know we're the only topic of discussion around the world. Culturally felt. That's why a lot of them are starting to see now that a lot of these people in Asia, in Europe, in South America, they know the difference. Over here, white folks know the difference. They know who's a foundational Black American, who's a tether. They know, and they got nothing to show for it. And the fact is, you got a lot of them now out here trying to cop please now. No, y'all open a Pandora's box that y'all can't close. Y'all know this is why y'all said we're scared of being left behind because y'all know the fact that we moving y'all out the way now is just free reign for us to take off even further. Because now we're pulling in our resources. Now we're building with each other. Now we're giving each other information and leaving y'all outside the door. Yeah, y'all getting left behind. And guess what? Y'all the ones that caused it. Sat up here talking crazy about us all these years, and now it's all coming full circle. I'm glad where things is going. I need y'all to keep speaking your mind because in a couple of months, the Supreme Court is voting on the 14th Amendment. I need Ilhan Omar to keep talking greasy. I need her to keep talking crazy. So the Supreme Court be like, "Yep, 14th Amendment is only for foundational Black Americans. The rest of y'all get up out of here, please." Y'all day is done. Y'all did this to yourselves. All we did was show love, but y'all kept giving us disrespect. So yeah, Frank, keep talking your mouth. Keep saying we have no culture. Because at the end of the day, when they bring the hammer down on y'all gonna be like, FBAs, we need your help. We like, nah, y'all said we ain't got no culture. Show us how it's done since y'all so much better than us. Show us how to fix the problem. Man, right there.
Mm. Yeah. All right, there you go.
I want to thank everybody for participating and liking. We almost did with the 75K. We about 1,000 and some change. Let's work together, family. We almost there. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
to his
I
God,
appreciate it.
brother, you are fiending. Jesus Christ. We know you about to get up here and say some bullshit. I already know. Anybody that pressed the talk is about to say some bullshit, but I'm gonna let you get there. Let me just say this one thing. Um, to his point about Pan Africanism, and a couple people brought this up. You know, on the podcast, he said, unify, because one of the brothers was like, yeah, well, when y'all want to unify with us, and shouldn't black people across the globe be unifying? And he's like, oh, yeah, no, we're not going to unify. What are we unifying over? We should be trading. The only way we can unify is if we can trade. If we can't trade, then we can't unify. And I think even that was very telling of the vampiric, because he was using weaponized incompetence throughout the whole stream. I think he very much was more keen on Black American history than what he was trying to portray. But even that, what he really meant was that if we're not getting anything from y'all, we don't want to fuck with y'all. We don't want to unify with you niggas if we can't get nothing tangible. If we can't continue to leech off of y'all, then no, we don't want to unify. And that is really what the core issue is that Pan-Africanism is a one-way street. We ain't getting a damn thing out of that. But they getting a whole lot, whether they come over here or whether we go to their homelands and build schools or build houses or build whatever the hell and add to their economy, because we are the commodity. We are the hot commodity. We are the ones that really bring the value anywhere we go. And that's why they come here, because the value is here because we're here. So, yeah, that Pan African shit
Easy.
is, it's out the window.
That's why they're crashing out.
Mm,
Because they know they can't leech off us anymore. They know
exactly.
it's over. They know this is listen. They know they can't stop this train. It's out the bag. That's why they asked, can we start over again? Can we? No, ain't no starting over. Y'all showed y'all whole hand
Mm.
last 5 years. Y'all showed y'all whole hand. There's nothing y'all could do about it. The whole
Mm-hmm.
time, you don't see us up there going into y'all politics, talk about, oh, we need to take seats from Nigerians, from Somalians. You have Omar and that dude that she was up there saying in his language, oh, we need to take seats from Black Americans. What? That sounds like a hostile takeover. That sounds like you declared WAR on us.
Yeah.
That sound like. Oh, so now,
Mhm.
no, 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 y'all want to cop these little please talk about peace? Nah. Y'all drew the line in the sand. Guess what? We gonna hold y'all to that. Y'all gonna stand 10 toes down. Y'all not black. Me no black. Me no black. That's right. You're not black. Don't claim that now. Now that Papa Trump is sending y'all back home. So just have a bag waiting for the door, because I'm sure the ice truck is around there lurking. So just be like that. So
All
Yeah,
right.
I think we got
We're
to
not gonna
treat.
be
I
here.
think. Oh, okay.
We're not gonna be here too much longer, so I want to make sure everybody get a word in before. But I'm gonna say yeah, and I want us to understand we're having this conversation because Frank is not the only one at all who thinks like that. Now he's
Exactly.
bold. He's bold enough to say it, but a lot of people, and this is why you haven't seen his community really say anything about it. Where's the African community to really say, "Hey, man, we don't claim Frank. Oh, Frank don't think like us at all." You ain't really seen that.
Mm,
pushback at all.
Okay, you haven't really seen that. You ain't seen what he said. Now he's this Africa too,
yeah.
mind you. It's not just been us, but the only people you've seen who've called him out and put his feet to the fire has been us. So this is what we're saying: is more than just one person. I'm just saying. I mean, where are y'all to represent? Y'all talk about y'all culture and everything like that. He's saying that pretty much none of y'all got no culture, and
Hold the
I ain't
people
seen
together.
y'all really make no fuss about it.
Mm-hmm.
Foundation, you were saying something.
No, you hit the nail on the head. I was going to say that's what Pan Africanism is. Pan Africanism is like the ex girlfriend and boyfriend that had the keys to the house, that had the keys to the car, driving around everywhere, right? They had your credit card, and they've been having it for the last 65 years, right? The house is the being here in our communities. The car is our culture that drives the community in the world, and the credit card is our 1.9 to 2.6 trillion dollars that they've been a part of and taking apart. And now when we said we don't want you no more, they are They are stripped down and out of our house and stripped down naked. And the world is looking at them like, who are you? And that's the scary part. The fact that now they can't umbrella under us, the world is looking at them, okay, we know that's black Americans. What's a Ewe? What's a Yoruba? What's a Igbo? What is that? And that's the scary part. Now they have to get their own global respect, their own global acknowledgement, and their own global acceptance. And that means work. They can't just throw the coat on. They can't just throw the coat on Black American culture and be like, I'm Black African or African American no more. Because we calling that out. They got to take that Black American coat off. That's the thing. So that I mean that's all it is. Like the brother Afro said, this is all their mindset, right? He's just brave enough to say it online. But they all think like this is their table talk. This is what they say at home. Yeah, the akata. Yeah, don't hang around the akata. Yeah, that's why they talk. So this is regular conversation for them.
What a black white man. Remember that term he put up there? They call us the black white man. They grade us.
That's what they call
And
us.
can I
Yeah.
ask this of the
Oh
panel too,
goodness.
right? Because I know you're about to shut down or whatever.
Mhm.
But it always gets me the culture thing, right? Because they have like a script. The first part of their script is, if you guys are original Americans, what's your language? Oh my, OMG, you guys don't have a country to go to. We have our own country. We're the originals. You guys got everything from us. You guys are lost cats. So on and so forth, right? What gets me, that's AAVE for you people who don't understand what language and culture is in the USA, by the way. Also, Ebonics. We also have Creole tongues, and there are some of us that are American Indigenous that speak other languages, but that's gonna go over your head because you guys are flip-flop fleers from that failing continent of 54 countries. But like I was gonna say, what gets me about these people is, if your land with all of your resources and minerals and all of your like being the best and number one people in the world, why is it not a reflection of who you guys are today? You only have the opportunity to become doctors and lawyers, some of you, because a lot of you guys are scammers, and that's been coming out in the news lately, that you guys come over here scamming, hurting and putting our people at harm because you're scammers and scamming medical degrees. Very loser like President Trump says. Losers. Then you guys are so goofy, you come online and then you sit there talking about how you're going to treat us, because you have this disdain for us, because you guys have this weird sense of superiority, because you guys received welfare from our government in the past administrations, and you put that online, and in your own countries, you guys can't even go online anymore, Nigeria, because you guys are doing just degenerate stuff. I can go on and on and on about how degenerate these people are. But the culture part, right? You cannot sit here and laugh in our face. You can't come up here with soft, unmasculine voices and be like, yeah, my brothers and sisters, my brothers and sisters, like we're just over here and we're just trying to figure out why you guys are in your hoods, pew pewing each other. No, we're gonna roast you African booty scratchers. We don't care anymore, at least for me. But the FBA, they say they're an extremists or whatever. No more turning our cheeks. You're about to get that work. And you guys have a great night. I'm gonna go on mute, but I
Um,
really wanted to
um,
say that.
Jasmine, before you leave,
Those
you
clicks
think
and those freaking clacks. I've been waiting for someone to speak in clicks and clacks. Like for like the past few, you know that already. For the past few months, I'm like, can you guys speak in your clicks and clacks? Can one poison come on here and do that? And they won't do it. And
she
now
said,
their bridges are just dropping down, and it's just
Hey,
embarrassing.
let me speak real quick, okay? I'll be done with this, okay? I get it's echo chamber, whatever you guys want to hear yourself talking, but
Whoa, whoa,
let me
whoa,
just say
hold on,
my
hold
piece,
on,
okay?
Lord.
I
I'm gonna
forgot
let
you
you
were
stop.
Afro,
Everybody
there.
stop. Everybody, hold
Afro,
on.
relax, bro.
Hold on.
Listen,
Everybody stop. Everybody
there's
stop.
no
I'm gonna let you
denying
go.
that,
I'm gonna let you go.
yeah,
Tell us first off where you're from.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you. I'm originally from Ethiopia, but I grew up here,
"Oh
so
gosh."
I'm in two different cultures. It's okay, brother. Just
Okay,
listen real quick.
everybody mute, and I'm gonna let you. I'm
Absolutely,
gonna give you a timer because you've been so
please.
patient. So I'm gonna give you a time.
Appreciate
You're
it.
gonna have 2 minutes completely uninterrupted. How about that?
Fantastic.
Go
Appreciate that,
ahead.
brother.
Go ahead.
All right. Listen. There's no denying what the black men have achieved in the history of the world is far greater than anybody has achieved in such a short period of time. I understand the plight of the black men. You understand? I came to this country on the backs of what Black America has done. Without it, my story would not be found here. Okay. But do not equate everybody who's from the continent in Africa coming over here and talking about their culture being superior just because yours were denied. Okay, you guys were brought here against your own will, but guess what? You guys created the culture that the world envies. You guys set the standard, So don't let anybody take that from you. You know, I grew up in two different cultures. I know more of American culture than my Ethiopian culture. You know, but I'm not disregarding what you guys have done. You guys are the biggest economic bloc in the world in regards to black people. So you guys have tremendous amount of power. Your inventions are impeccable. You guys have changed the world. The Tuskegee Airmen came and actually helped Ethiopia to fight the colonial power, the Italians. We appreciate that. We've always been connected together, but do not equate us or do not dismiss us based on the few ignorants who try to make themselves superior. There's nobody superior. If anybody is really to call themselves superior and have achieved such a superior status in the history of the world, is the black men. And I'm not saying that to make you guys feel great or something like that, but it's just the fact of the matter. So look, I'm here not to create chaos. I'm here for clarity. So I'm looking for ways to build bridges. Okay, we need the black economy to come to Africa, guys. We probably need you guys to become our referee. We have a lot of issues in Africa.
All
Thank you.
right. So, I just want to
Damn.
say this one thing. I ain't no damn African. That's one. Two. You need to do that
Black
unity, and
American.
you
I'm
need to
African
do
American, brother.
you need to do
No,
that
you're not.
unity. You need to show us first that unity in Africa. We want to see an Ethiopian right now with y'all civil war against the Tigray. Show us y'all coming together with that first before you can tell us to ever do anything for y'all. We've been trying for the last 65 years to come and let's kumbaya, let's come together. And now when Trump is on your heels now it's my brother. We all black, my brother. Come back. Come on, my brother. Come back. No, no, no. It wasn't like that the last 65 years. You guys been doing your own thing, minding your own business, and now we're doing the same thing. Or we're doing the same group economics and the same minding our business that you guys been doing. You got a little Ethiopia in DC
Brother,
right
we've
now.
just been going in a
You got
circle.
a you got
Hey,
a excuse
dude,
me.
come on
You
now.
got a you got a little Ethiopia in DC right now. There's no coming together. There's
Hell
no my
no.
brother, my
Them niggas
brother. There's
anti-black as
no
hell.
there's no kumbaya, right? And I could go throughout all your enclaves throughout the all 50 states. I love to go through those when I'm on this panel. But again, I'm just to say, Tom, you gotta look. You go to little Ethiopia, say, hey, hire some Black Americans, come work, do some business with Black Americans. Let's work with Black Americans, and then come on panel talk about come help Africa. But until then, we gonna mind our American business.
I'm gonna add. There's panels like this all of the time where you have different Africans from different nations hosting these panels, and sometimes I listen in. But what I don't hear is people going up and talking about we need to unify with black Americans and we're over here because of them. Now you'll say that to us in front of us. Oh, we're here because of you. But when you guys are in your own, now you first called this an echo chamber. When you're in your own echo chambers, that's not the energy you keep. Y'all don't keep that energy in your own echo chambers.
Right.
Y'all talk about, well, we ain't, you refuse to give us the credit for being over here when you're in your own echo chamber. So if you talk about unity, well, the only reason why we don't have unity is because y'all have refused it. Every time
Afro,
we restart,
I host these kind of panels
Hold
all the
on, hold
time,
stop,
on,
brother.
fam.
stop,
Hold
stop,
on,
I do
fam.
not
stop,
allow everybody to talk on
stop,
my panel when people come on.
stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Nigga, we ain't on your panel. Number one.
Every time we have reached our hand out, we have reached our hand out, it's been slapped back. And now we stop reaching the hand out. There's an American term, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Y'all kept biting the hand that fed you. Now the hand is not feeding you anymore. Now you're coming over here, like you're saying, talking about, well, we want y'all to be the referee and we want y'all to, y'all need to help us and all that stuff and all that. No, the hand is not feeding you guys anymore. All right. That's what. That's so. If you really want the best for your Ethiopian people, what you need to do is you need to get that together with them. Don't come to us. You need to go to them and say, you know what, we've messed up and we've been messed up. All of this fake pride that we pretend to carry over to another land, all of this division and tribalism. If it's tribalism, the reason y'all fled, y'all don't have the sense enough to say, let's end the tribalism in America. Let me repeat that. Tribalism and tribalistic beef is the reason y'all had to leave. Not just your country, a whole continent. And then when y'all get to this new continent, y'all still practice tribalism. How does that make sense?
He
That's what
really told
you
me.
need to go
Hold
with
on.
that. That's where
Can
you
I
need to
respond?
start.
Can I respond to that? Thank you. Look, Afro, you're absolutely right. We do have tribalism. That is the biggest thing that is causing Africa to have such a dysfunctionality. Okay, and we do come over here. Okay, and we do come over here and act like we're superior. That is false narrative. That's just insecurity that is displayed by those people that are doing that. You understand? But that is not our shared plight. Our shared plight is this. Okay, we have the vultures of the world looking for our resource, dismantling us. We come to America for only one reason and one reason only: free enterprise. This is the land that they are, according to advertisements, right? This is the home of the brave, right? This is where you can make it. If you can make it anywhere, you can make it in the United States. But but we are but we only come in here because Black America paved the way, paid the price. You understand? So, like, it's not about kumbaya. Okay, we have our problem. We are ethnically divided. But guess what? It's the vultures of the world that prey on us, constantly keeping us in that state of mind. You understand? So we are fighting that. We're trying to resurrect Pan Africanism in its true sense. Okay, the founding fathers, the likes of Du Bois, Marcus Garvey. Okay, later Bob Marley singing to it. Look, we're not
Look,
perfect.
for the sake of
There is
time,
no
because we're not going to
Ethiopia
be
is
on
not
long.
perfect, brother. Thank you.
We're not going to be on long. We just really, and we didn't go off on you. We really just gave you the solution. Okay, this isn't even really an argument. We just gave you the solution. We acknowledge what the issue is, and then we said this is what you need to do. And you kind of really just conceded to that. You kind of really just admitted to it. That's what y'all need to do. Now, all of the people who talk about the Western powers and what the corruption of America and the Europeans do, y'all can talk about it. I'm not no fan of the Europeans. I'm not no fan of the West or the Western powers and the Western government. I'm not whatsoever. I'm never going to defend them with that. However, what we're not going to do is pretend that they caused the issue. Now, I know you said that it's tribalism. The only reason they're able to capitalize off Africa and the resources is because of tribalism. They're capitalizing on your mistake. And it's been centuries of it. And it's at this point in time where y'all need to recognize that y'all need to stop making that mistake to be capitalized. You will forever, Africa will forever be colonized until the end of the world if you guys allow it. You all are allowing it. That's the reality of it.
You are absolutely
And that's the
100%.
thing, right? Because it's not the vultures that's over there unaliving the Tigray right now. It's other Ethiopians that's unaliving the Tigray. See, the problem is y'all blame the YT all day, but you gotta understand you have a constant and a body of water around you, right? So that means you're not in the belly of the beast like us. We in the belly of the beast and able to not only make a way for us, but make a way for y'all to flee and come to this country. But you guys got a whole constant in a body of water. So in order for the YT to get in, that you have to allow them in by your tribal wars. So you can't make the excuse of, well, the vultures, the YT, is y'all doing it and y'all allowing it. And all they doing is saying, okay, these dummies over there fighting. I'm gonna wait till one of them lose, and I'm just go and take over because there's no unity. So, like Brother Afro Lee said, here's how we can help you. Because the Black Americans, we know the strategy, we know what to do. Remove the white T borderlines from the Berlin Conference. And you guys always say, well, it's a country, not a continent. Treat Africa like a country, work together. And when something happened in West Africa, everybody stand up. If something happened in North Africa, everybody stand up. If something happened in South Africa, everybody stand up. Don't say, well, that happened in South Africa. That's not me. That's your problem now. Y'all always say, well, that's them, not me, instead of working together as a unit. And until y'all do that, y'all will crumble. But with the moment y'all come together, remove the white T borderlines from the Berlin Conference and become a one continent, one world, then I don't know, man. It's up to y'all.
Starts with y'all. And you should leave it there. It's smart to leave it there. It's smart to leave it there. I wouldn't say anything if I were you. I would leave it right there.
I think Black American help is necessary for us. Literally, you guys could be the bridge because you guys have realized this, right? You guys have
I literally tell them
literally
to.
cracked the code. Black America have cracked the code. They understand how white people operate. You understand? But we are still regionalistically, traditionally, culturally divided. Guys, we need you more than ever. Resurrect. Listen, I know we never send the ships to come rescue you guys. I understand there is that this uh, detachment. But guess what? We can, when we are together, I believe we can beat the power that is defeating the both of us. That's all I gotta say about that. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Have a good
No
night.
problem, brother. Yeah, you ain't need to send no shit for me because I ain't no damn African, but I appreciate you.
Yeah, he told on himself. You know, that Pan African and shit, this is that was very disingenuous. Y'all can come save us and y'all are we basically the answer. But then you end with, yeah, we need you all to come over and help in our county. That's what you should have started with. That's what all you really meant. That's all you really mean is that you want to leech of all of us. You want to get whatever benefit you can from us and then go right back to your tribalistic ways because y'all are not unified. There's no way that you're going to convince me that you're ready to unify with us and you can't unify with the fucking country that's 10 miles away from you. That does not make sense, but you're ready to go 10,000 miles and unify with us? Come on. I mean, it doesn't even logically make sense. So what it really is that you're ready for us to come over there and save you niggas. I think, like he just admitted to himself, y'all didn't do a damn thing to come over here and save us, and you're still actively not because you're too busy infighting. But you want us to come over there and save you and your economy. Sir, that's not how it works. That's not unification.
This is
That's
the second best
leeching.
time.
Vampiric.
No, and here's the thing. Here's where you messed up. Cause you said we know this enemy, we know the white man and all that, which we do. We know to defeat them. We know how to defeat them better than anybody else. But your problem, and let me repeat this, your problem of tribalism and division is not caused by the white man. They're not the reasons why you guys are beefing with each other. Y'all been doing that. That's what y'all do. Y'all been doing that. It's not caused by the Western powers or Europe and all of that stuff. Of course they have some involvement and they capitalize off of that, but that's a cultural issue. And how you know it's a cultural issue is because you carry that when you come to America. The same culturalistic problems that you have in Africa, you guys bring that to America. So it's not something that people are manipulating and pulling the strings and y'all just can't figure out how to solve this puzzle. That's not what it is. Y'all gotta do the internal work and fix your culture. Now, that is advice. And that is the best we can do for you. That is the only thing we can do for you. As far as you talking about we need to help and unify and all of that stuff, what you want is us to be your savior. And that will not happen. Now you're trying to give an apology. I know we didn't come and help you guys. I know this, but we need to unify. Well, unity is a two-way street. What you just established is that you're drowning, so there's nothing you can do for us, but there's things we can do for you. So, no.
Right. And that's, you know, what's crazy is that in that podcast, this tether right here was saying, "Oh, well, if y'all are doing so well, if y'all are the richest black nation, and this, that, and the other, then what is all this talk about the white T man? What is all this talk about white T supremacy?" And how did this, and y'all want to talk about how white supremacy affected you, but how did it work? How was it doing it? So he was trying to make the point of, oh, well, why don't you all hold yourselves accountable? Why don't you think about how you got into this predicament? Why don't you? But it's crazy because he's telling that to Black American men in a Black American space on Black American land. But you don't got the damn goal to go back to your homeland and have that same conversation with the people in your homeland who's living in squalor. And that's the point. You
I
want to
have
get
this
this fake
conversation
ass.
every day.
You
Hold
want to get
on,
this fake
fam.
ass.
Hold
You want to
on.
get this fake
We're not
ass.
doing that. We're not
Uh,
doing
uh,
that.
uh, 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 praise to Black Americans to squeeze in your anti-Blackness. We know what it is. That's really what you would be in your own space, just like you said. Oh, I let my own people. I let people talk in my space. So you should be talking to your people in your space about how you can fix your fucking homeland and then unify with those outside of it. But we can't do a goddamn thing for you if half of y'all not even getting along, but you expect to get along with us over here, baby. Hold your people accountable. You're talking to the wrong group.
Now he's all
Let's
pretty
move
good. I
on.
love that for him. That was kind of the point that I was trying to like say, because I know you're about to end your life, but like when it's time to turn up, it's time to turn up. These people that flee from their countries, they don't actually recognize that we are just observing them, seeing their degenerate behavior, recognizing that they never do anything. The one thing that they do perfectly though is flee from their homes. Like they flee so hard
You
in
know,
their flip flops. I don't know what that's about. Like there's different types of shoes and whatnot. You guys should know that because you guys are the creators of everything, the continent of Africa. But the disingenuous part in ABD, you actually were being honest at the very end. You kept interrupting people. That goes against, once again, Afro Elite's prompt, where we're talking about cultural practices, right? You got to read the room. Read the room. There's a system that goes down in this live. You go to another live, they have a system that goes down. But for the most part, you understand that we don't call ourselves African American because we find it to be disrespectful. And you guys will listen to us say that and be like, okay, sorry, African Americans. Sorry, African Americans. And it leads us to believe that you guys are slow. Respectfully, our remedial and your comprehension is something that's totally different from ours. And you did hit the nail on the head, though, when you said that it's a false sense of pride because there's nothing to be proud of. Because if you were so proud of your homeland, you would be there right now and we would be begging to go there. We are not your cousins. You are trying to do a lot of digs talking about us being on ships and being confused, whatever. You might as well have called us Akatas. That's what you wanted to say, right? But you're getting out of the small, like, annoying, like, humble African voice. Like, I'm just here, like, just coming over here, working hard or whatever. But you want to say you're Nakata, and we want you to come back over here and help us build up our shitty lands because we take $2 million and we build bridges and they fall the first time people walk across it. You guys are goofy. ABD. I'm sorry. Like I don't want to roast him. I'm gonna land there, but like ABD,
Yeah.
if you want to build something with us, right? You have to have a plan. You don't have a plan, so you're begging us to come and help you. Why should we do that? Like why?
It's
Because we
not a
have
good pitch.
hold on.
It's
We
not a
have
good
other.
pitch. But what we're gonna now, just think about that. Let's get to
I gotta
Denzinus.
respond. I'm thinking though. Okay.
Hey, bro. Hope your day is going good.
Afro, you can drop me down if you want to bring somebody else up, bro.
We'll wrap up after this.
Okay, okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, this was a very interesting live. To answer your question on a prompt, Black Americans have no culture. Um, yes, we do have culture because every time these people get in, just the fact that every time these people get into a bad situation, we're the first people that they call. You remember the Beyonce situation? They were calling for us. The Sudan situation, they were calling for us. So yeah, we're the culture. Every time these people get into a pickle, we're the first people that they call. And to backtrack over what he said, no, I don't think we can go over there and help these people, because the minute that we try to go over to the continent and build something up, these will be the same people trying to sabotage us at the first opportunity. They would never let us gain a foothold over there. Just the way they act over here, it would never happen. As a matter of fact, they're so tribalistic, they can't even build a sewage system. I don't want to hear no pops and clicks from a group of people who have sold us off 500 years ago, and they can't even build nothing within that time. We've built this nation we've built the best nation on the planet, and they're still over there throwing sticks and stones at each other. Like, come on now. And then the last thing I want to say is this. The last thing I want to say is this. I'm pretty sure these people will be in Tariq Nasheed's live later, being on some tribalism. So I don't want to hear it from them.
Hmm. Here's
They'll
the
be in a
thing.
live later talking ish,
They're going in and show their ass. That's for sure.
Here's the thing. When it
right,
comes
calling us
to
cicadas and every. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah. When it comes to the tribalism and all of that stuff, that's the issue. And we all know what it is. And when they say they want our help, they don't want our help to change them. It's not like they want therapy and they want to really change or whatever the case is. They want to take advantage of goodwill. They want to take advantage of the fact that we are culturally very helpful people. And we've been very helpful people to everybody. We've been very helpful to the continent of Africa, the Caribbean, Asia, Hispanics, and people have exploited our goodwill and our helpfulness. People have exploited that. And the thing is that now we're saying we're turning the spigot off. All of this reaching out and helping out and giving all of this charity, which is what it is, because it's not reciprocated. A transaction is something that's reciprocated. If you're just giving it one way, it's a charity. And we've been giving out and we barely have any to spare, but we've been finding a way to give charity to everybody. And they're so accustomed to it and used to it. They're not used to it being shut off. So now we're saying it's over with. And they're coming over here saying, hey, we need your help. We need your help. Look, not that we would, but we can't help you because your problem is yourself. And you don't, and you see how he just argued, he doesn't want to change himself. They don't want to, if you don't want to change yourself, then there's nothing we can do. But what we're not going to allow you to do is to manipulate our emotions into giving the charity again. It's over with. That's over with.
You know what's crazy, brother? Even if we were to try to go down there, look at the historic track record of us being down there. Look at Ghana. Ghana in 2019, we went down there because they was in debt with China, and so they had a master plan to manipulate my people's emotions and say, "Hey guys, come find your quote unquote roots." My people went down there due to manipulation and spent $5 billion on top of the table and billions of dollars under the black market and built infrastructure, toilets, all kinds of things. Now, Ghana, people were going there before, but now it's Miami 2.0 off the backs of our people, right? And so now you don't see none of those people in positions of power like a politician, or I'm talking about the black Americans, or
Mm-hmm.
in positions where they control some of the gold or any of that. They don't give them no prime positions. Now they have businesses on land that's they probably have to get back after 55 years, maybe 99 years. So it's not real generational wealth, right? So then if we could take it back even further, look at the country we created, Liberia. Our people went down there, built Liberia up, gave us the first country to get independence over there in Africa, right? Created the buildings, the infrastructure. And you know what the Grebo and all them did? Jealousy, hatred, ritual. They had civil wars and everything, and undermining our people over there. So again, and they still haven't built ever since they left Liberia. It's still the same. Nothing changed, and they ain't built nothing ever since they left. And the country actually was heading to be the number one country in Africa. It would have made Egypt or all the top countries look like a joke But now, since they did what they did with the jealousy and hatred and got our people up out of there, now look at it now. It's one of the poorest countries in there. And they're going through a lot of things right now. So why would we go down there with a historic track record of the hatred, jealousy, and vitriol, and not allowing our people to get prime positions of gold or political positions? Do you think what do we look like? Do you want us to build a country you can't build and be your slaves? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not going down there and building your country for you guys to benefit, and we just going to get nothing out of the deal. It's a no-win. I'm not doing that, and I'm definitely not going to let my people do that.
You want volunteer
Afro, real
work?
quick. Afro, real quick. Can I say something? I just want to say that's another thing about them. I feel like they're really. I feel like they're really. That's where the hatred comes from. Is that they know that what they've done to us, and it burns their soul that they have to come back to us and ask for help because they spent so many years telling themselves how they're the best thing ever. They're the original Africans, but yet you have to come over to the people that not only you sold off, but the people that you look down upon.
Mm. That's something else, ain't it? Oh, that's something else. But
In
yeah,
Ghana, they
that's the thing
actually
that
own
must
a
burn their
percentage.
soul.
In Ghana, they actually, the government actually owns a percentage of your business once you establish it.
Mm. Somebody says, "Who's asking you for help?" The speaker that just came up here is as the chat room is in such denial. The speaker, and there's been multiple speakers who've literally came and said, "Hey, my bad. I'm sorry. Please help."
Yep.
Nobody's asking you for help. I mean, okay.
They
Denial is
was
not
not.
just a river in Egypt, apparently.
They're like,
This literally
FBA,
just
please help
happened.
FBA. Help us, please, FBA.
Y'all coming over
Right.
here sending SOSs and all that. So don't lie.
When another situation on the continent happens, they'll be calling for us again.
Hmm. Let me see. Let's get to Professor Allen is on here. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, brother Afro? Yeah, man, it's good to see y'all. Your topic's very fascinating, bro.
Thank you.
Because today it's almost prophetic. I was telling Leo Spell earlier. One of my students today, I have one of my 18-year-old students is she's pre-law, and I have my students working on a project, a lineage project. They're doing research for reparations. And I sat back, given the fact they have a project, I sat back and was just listening to their conversation. And I heard her tell to the other FBA students at the table, I heard her say, why do they keep saying that about us? Why do they say we have no culture? And I got nosy. I said, who? And she said Africans. And I played dumb, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get in that, open that up in the lecture.
Hmm.
And she said, well, Africans say we have no culture. When we are the culture. And I thought to myself, bam, there it is. These Generation Z is on TikTok, and take a bow, brother elite. We have got through to the younger generation, to Gen Z. They are aware of this, and I realize how powerful what we're doing is. But with respect to the gentleman that just came on, how could we build? How could we even consider building a community with people who don't get along with each other? Let's look at Dr. Claude Anderson, Black Labor on White Wealth, page 111, second paragraph. Dr. Claude Anderson says Black West African sense of community was narrowly and divisively based upon tribal origins rather than the commonality of Black skin color and collective racial destiny. Dr. Anderson posits tribal and extended family commitments rarely extended beyond the village compound. West African societies that practiced tribalism had a narrow group identity, much racial detachment, and intergroup animosity. The practice of black on black enslavement made them vulnerable to united ethnocentric groups who were seeking wealth and power at any cost. Weakened from within, West Africa had little basis for developing a broad community capable of uniting against a common enemy. So they're not united with each other. You know what I'm saying? So, given the fact they're not united with each other, how could they possibly unite with us? They have work to do at home, and all of this talk of uniting with the Black America is in direct correlation with what's going on right now. As the panel's aware, the Supreme Court granted Donald Trump certiorari, or what the lawyers call cert, which means they're going to hear his executive order to challenge the original intent of the 14th Amendment. This is very fascinating because anybody with common sense knows the 14th Amendment was created for foundational Black Americans. I heard a law professor from University of Virginia Law School, one of the best law schools, say that the 14th Amendment was created to counter the Dred Scott decision. The Dred Scott decision, as we're aware, claimed Dred Scott a black man went to the court and said, I'm in a free state. I want to be treated the same as a white man. And the Supreme Court said, no, the courts do not get to treat you like a white man. You're black. You're a slave. Well, given the fact Virginia's University of Virginia School of Law professor claimed that the 14th Amendment was created in diametric opposition to the Dred Scott decision, it's clear cut that it was made for Black Americans. It's cut and dry. Mix that in with the fact that our president Donald Trump has installed three of the Supreme Court jurists or justice on the Supreme Court. We know how Clarence Thomas is going to vote, and that leaves one wild card, which is Justice John Roberts, who is a very excellent judge. If you want my opinion, I think that Justice Roberts is going to go with the gander. And when that happens, we're going to solidify legal standing behind our lineage. And they are running scared, brother. That's what's going on.
I agree. I agree. And that needs to be our next topic or another topic about the birthright citizenship, because I see a lot of people online kind of panicking about that. A lot of Democrat shields, a lot of tethers panicking about the birthright citizenship. So we'll have that conversation too, and I'll let you know about that because I want to get your take on that.
Afro, real quick, can I respond to Professor Alon real quick? How you doing, Professor? What you just broke it down so eloquently. And the fact is that if they do that, if they vote, okay, yes, the 14th Amendment was only made for the descendants of slaves, that also opens the door to look at a lot of these set-asides and benefits that we were supposed to be getting that they were giving to other people because they're not qualified to get them because basically they're immigrants. They don't not qualify for those benefits and set-asides, which also is a very good segue into our reparations claim. Because if they vote and say, we're going back to the original way of this amendment, then boom, that opens the door to a lot of other things. So I just wanted to put that out there. You broke that down so great.
Yep.
Yeah. It's going to give legal standing to our lineage with respect to the 14th Amendment. It's going to give the 14th Amendment can be granted to us, and that's going to open other doors. Like you said, we're in a very powerful moment, and I've been toying around on Spaces all day, just listening, and I hear a lot of the African foreign class running scared and trying to cop deals, but the thrill is gone.
It's over with. That's what I'm saying. It's over with, y'all. It's over with. If you guys want to listen to the playback of this, go to For the Culture on YouTube. And you get to listen to the playback of this live and all of the other lives. All right? That's For the Culture on YouTube. All right? We had a really good live. We got over 100,000 likes, so I appreciate y'all for that. We got well over 300 people in here, so thank you all for that. We do have these lives on a regular basis, so y'all want to make sure y'all follow so that way y'all don't miss out on any of the other lives. I know we got a lot of people in the queue, but we've been on for a minute and we got to wrap it up. So just make sure y'all follow so that way y'all can come back and join the conversation next time.
Can I say this one thing real quick, Afro?
Yeah.
We have a lot of people. I saw somebody in the comment that said you guys only have energy for black immigrants and not for the white T. I think they forgot we had something called Black Twitter, right? And then Black Twitter, that's all we did. We was making people lose their jobs with Black Twitter. YT people lose their job. Matter of fact, they loved it so much that they lived vicariously through us because we were doing that because they didn't have the goal, the balls, or nothing to stand up. So they was living vicariously through us through Black Twitter. The problem now is our energy don't see no color, our energy don't see no race, and our energy is not racist. Anybody can get the work. And that's the problem. When we start turning around and realizing they are undermining us also, now we start speaking out about it. Now they have a problem. They loved us when we was Black Twitter, when we was going against the YT people. But then when we started going against them, now it's like you niggas are hateful, xenophobic, jealous, all these boogeyman names. Nah, nah, nah. If you don't like the energy, get out the way. If you don't want to get hit by the punch, get out the way of the punch. That's it. But thank you so
Hmm.
much, Apple. I appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you. Yes, indeed. We calling out any and everybody that's a problem. Anything that's a problem, anything and everything that's problematic is getting called out. I don't care where it comes from, whether it's domestic, whether it's foreign, whether it's black, white, green, yellow. I don't care whether it's old, young, male, female, gay, straight. Don't matter. If you a problem, you getting called out because that's the only way we can advance as a community anyway. Okay, and we keep the same energy for everybody. Anybody that's a problem is getting. Let me not say that. Anybody that's a problem is getting dealt with. All right. All right. Uh,
115, almost
Sorry, I want to say
115.
before I leave now, Professor Allen, before you like head out, I want to connect with you again because I am looking into like doing some projects for like my thesis, and I do need to like get back into like the university grind. So if you have any like projects that are going on right now when it comes to I know we were talking about AI at one point, how I do the data analysis and stuff like that, and tie that into making sure that our lineage is cemented in the archives. I want to reach out to you just so remember that, please. Oh, he left. All right,
No,
that's
I'm
all it
still here.
is. Oh no, you're there. Okay, someone else
Yeah, I
dropped.
don't know
Yes, let
what.
me
Oh,
know.
I'm here. Yeah. I don't know what happened. No, it just moved over. Yeah, I got your back, Jasmine. I'm my students are doing a research on. Well, I guess it wouldn't be smart for me to say it, but they're doing a research on lineage, and I teach an analytic. I teach a couple of different courses, but I'm doing intersectionality with the courses. So my analytics course is doing the what you know as a scholar, but the quantitative data, the numbers on our lineage, and I have another course doing qualitative data. So I'm doing a mixed methods thing. But yeah, if you need something, and I can help you, I got plenty of resources.
Awesome. Yes, I'm trying to. Yeah, I want to. My last degree. I got to get that PhD.
all
Yeah,
right. I
get that
love it.
thing.
Teamwork, connections, working together, empowerment. Love to hear it. Love that. All
Be
right.
one, everyone.
Black first to you, brother. ZZ, I cannot hear you. Your
We
mic
can, we
is
can
muted.
hear you, baby.
Amazing. My bad. I forgot I muted it. Where the hell is BX at? She been quiet this whole stream. We done had tethers up here, all type of shit. I ain't heard her come up here and talk not
Yeah,
once.
BX.
What's
BX
going on?
been uncharacteristically quiet. She has been
Right. She
uncharacteristic.
might be asleep.
Don't
Don't do BX like that.
we
BX is
always we no
here.
no she BX is
Not
probably doing
I
something
know. I
else. I
love
don't know.
BX. I mean, me and BX go back and forth. By the way, make sure you guys go and buy her shirts. It's supporting her cause. I bought my shirt. I have to go find it, but yeah, you're not a lover of BX if you didn't go buy her shirt because that goes back to our community. I just can't think of the name of the shop right now. If anyone knows it, you guys put in the chat or whatever. Love BX.
Yeah,
She might be
BX.
asleep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
if
got
you
BX.
have
Is
the link,
are
send me
you
the
with
link,
us?
Jasmine.
Cause now ZZ, watch BX get off the mic. Be like, I was here the whole time.
right.
Watch BX. Are you with us? It could be maybe her phone is tripping. We don't know. TikTok be doing this thing, so they be hating. So could be that. But you have any final words?
Yeah, final words, final thoughts, man. That damn interview was absolutely egregious. I think we do have to, a major thing we have to start doing as Black Americans is deplatforming these people, people like him, people like Amanda Seals, people like these tethers, period, the bi-ethnics, that also tether as well. They have to be checked. And after they check, they have to be deplatformed because we can't take these people seriously. They use weaponized incompetence. They are intellectually dishonest because they know there's no way you've been in this country the amount of time, especially people of his age, 30, 40 plus years, 10, 20 plus years, and you're not aware about culture, you're not aware about history. And if you're not, it shows the level of disrespect and disdain that you have for us, because we don't do that when we go to other countries. When we go to other countries, especially if we're going there to live, we learn about the lay of the land. We do as the people do, and we do what we can to contribute to that society. So if that's not in, if that same energy is not kept here, especially when they come over here begging for us to go back to their homelands to build schools or add to their economy or to save them because we didn't crack the code of YT supremacy, which is where the hell you've been the last at least 100 years, because we've been cracked the code. I don't know what y'all on, or where y'all been at, but we cannot tolerate the disrespect. We cannot tolerate this nonsense where they're coming over here leeching off of us and expect us to be okay with it because it's under the guise of Pan-Africanism, of unity. That is not true unity, and they will continue to benefit from us, and we will get nothing in return. So, yeah, we have the most influential culture. We have the most impactful culture. We are the most powerful people on this planet, and they know that. And until they're honest about that, we got nothing for them, baby. You got to hold your own. All right. So yeah, shout out to the panel, shout out to the chat. This was a good conversation. I had a feeling we was gonna have some good people come up here, and drop some jewels which needed to happen, especially the Black Americans, the Foundation of Black Americans specifically, that came up here and spoke on our culture. Because we know what it is and they know what it is. So we're not about to keep playing dumb game. That's a tactic of the YT supremacists. Is a time wasting tactic. So we're not going to continue to play these games with them, baby. We know who we are. They know who we are. And it just is what it is. Be one, baby. Thank you for the gifts and everybody. That's what we're on.
All right. All I'm gonna say is Frank thought that they gave it to him. Frank thought that, and shout out to Daily Wrap Up Crew. Shout out to Daily Wrap Up Crew.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dave Anderson. But if he thought he was getting it with them, he don't. I swear to God, if he would have had a panic attack, okay, he would have had a heart attack and needed to be sent to the hospital if he ran into this panel. If we was there on that couch in that panel, or rather podcast, it would have been over for him.
Different story.
He was already losing his mind. He was getting up, moving around. He couldn't sit straight.
He didn't. He was shaking the whole time. I noticed that.
Now he wasn't at the beginning, but then when he started getting fact checked, then he started moving around and getting frustrated. I'm telling you, he would have got up and ran, not walked, ran out the room. He would have fled.
He wasn't ready for no real conversation.
Not really. But we got to smoke. We got to smoke.
Plenty of it.
The podcast is the Daily Wrap Up Crew on YouTube. You can go look it up on YouTube. They had like a 2-hour interview. So, y'all, thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for listening, the gifts, the follows, all of that stuff. So, thank y'all for that. Appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all follow For the Culture on YouTube so y'all can listen to the playback if y'all didn't catch from the beginning, or if you want to listen to it again, y'all want to listen to the good information, For the Culture on YouTube. Now, with that being said, y'all have a good night.
Peace be one.